Hello everybody, welcome back to our latest live stream. I hope everybody's doing well this evening. Tonight we're really going to be going over the severe weather up in South Dakota, as well as portions of North Dakota into Minnesota later this evening, and as well as anything else that's going on. We have some other severe weather currently ongoing in areas that we typically do see severe weather during this time of the year. That's primarily off to the east, currently in the East Coast regions in the mid-Atlantic. So I'm going to give you the latest breakdown and everything that's going on as of right now. Before we get too far into it, make sure to hit the like button down below and subscribe if you're just tuning in. Let's hop right into the severe weather though that we have currently ongoing that's already begun here in South Dakota. As of right now, this is one severe thunderstorm warning out of two that we have in South Dakota as of right now. This storm is producing damaging winds right around 60 miles per hour. It was originally warned for head egg sized hail, so there very well may be a potential that we could see even some very large hail tonight with a couple of these storms. But as of right now, here near Highway 83 off to the northeast of Draper, there's an ongoing severe thunderstorm warning for 60-mile-per-hour winds and half-dollar sized hail. Back off to the north of that, we have an ongoing severe thunderstorm warning back up near Highway 14 that is also near Harold. It is currently producing damaging winds around 60 miles per hour and as well as some ping pong ball sized hail, and that cell is also currently moving off to the northeast. So another cell to watch very closely. What we're going to see over the next several hours, obviously we do have a severe thunderstorm watch ongoing. Hailstone sizes could go as high as hen egg, maybe even as high as maybe tennis ball sized hail. Can't rule that out, but I think for the most part we're looking at hail under the size of hen eggs tonight. But there will be a potential for damaging winds as well, up to 70 miles per hour. Can't rely on an isolated amount a little bit higher than that. We actually do have a brand new severe thunderstorm warning that has been actually extended on this one. This is near Highway 14 northwest of Highmore and just off to the northeast of Blunt. This is for 60-mile-per-hour winds. Hailstone sizes at half-dollar size now instead of the ping pong ball size that we just saw a second ago. This is going toward 47. Orient will be in the track of this a little bit later on. Storms, by the way, currently are moving off to the northeast at about 30 miles per hour. So they are pretty quick moving up this direction. Back down here, we're looking at about 15 to 25 miles per hour. It does range, but we will see more storm activity really fill in over the next couple of hours, and we're probably going to see a pretty widespread in terms of storms. Severe weather going to remain widely scattered throughout this evening, but again, severe thunderstorm watch goes until 12 o'clock tonight for these locations. As of right now, we do currently have 9 severe thunderstorm warnings ongoing, by the way, just for reference, again, at the bottom right of your screen. Something that is to note earlier, by the way, we actually had a confirmed tornado near Denver International Airport. It was on a landspout tornado was actually on the ground for 7 minutes from 3:43 to 3:50 Mountain Time. That's only about an hour ago or so that this was actually confirmed. Again, we actually had a confirmed landspout. I'm going to try to get more information on this here pretty soon. But again, that was just northeast of Denver. So again, if you were over in Colorado, the Denver area, we did have that confirmation come in not too long ago. Obviously, we have a whole slew of severe weather ongoing still over in portions of Virginia, starting out with Western Virginia. A couple of storms producing some 60-mile-per-hour winds, a little bit of maybe some penny-sized hail. Nothing beyond that with any of these storms. 60 miles per hour near Roanoke, for example. That storm's also moving off to the east. A lot of flash flood warnings. There's actually a flash flood warning ongoing here in Richmond. We have some large oak tree was actually down at 355 in downtown Richmond. Also, you can see some road closures from the flooding in Richmond as well. And along with that, again, a lot of flooding in these areas. Unfortunately, we have a lot of flash flood warnings ongoing. Another severe thunderstorm warning ongoing. That is north of Lexington Park and as well as south of Golden Beach over Maryland. And also one last one over New Jersey as of right now, producing 60-mile-per-hour winds and a little bit of quarter-sized hail. Also a flash flood warning ongoing with that. So we do have a lot of severe weather ongoing as of right now. Obviously, a lot of flash flood warnings. By the way, we currently have 32 flash flood warnings ongoing. 32, and that's across the entire United States, but that is an insane amount. Also up in Kansas, we've had excessive heat around 106 to 108 degrees today. So obviously, there's been a scorcher down in the central and southern plains recently. And look at this hail core back down here, down in southern portions of South Dakota. This hail core looks like it's kind of grown a little bit in the latest scan. We'll go and take a look at the hail radar here in a second, but that again is going toward Highway 83. Also, there is a very low chance for an isolated brief or weak spin up or maybe a little brief tornado tonight. It's going to be very low in South Dakota. I'm not going to include it in the title because it's just such a low threat, but it is a possibility, not out of the question that we see something brief tonight. But we'll be watching that pretty closely. This storm actually specifically had a little bit of rotation earlier, but not much right now. And again, the velocities are really clearly here showing that there's at least some high winds. We're definitely looking at the higher wind speeds really currently probably just on the northern side of the storm as of right now where that hail core is. But let's take a look at the hail radar. We'll hop over to that and see what we have currently in terms of estimated hailstone sizes. with this cell, and it might be a little bit overestimated, and actually it's pretty close to what it is. So as of right now, the latest scans, now this does not include the last couple of minutes, but does include at least about 5 to 10 minutes ago, hail was at least around ping pong ball size. So we very well might be looking at some ping pong ball sized hail here near Highway 83. So just kind of keep that in mind. Again, that's what we got going as of right now. On that cell, back up near Harold, this cell is currently warned for up to up to a $half sized hail. It is currently estimated on radar to be close to about 1.4 inches in diameter. Again, give or take, it very well may be right around $half, potentially as high as ping pong ball sized hail in that storm. There are also a couple of other storms down here in South Dakota near 44 that are also producing potentially up to quarter sized hail. We may get warnings on these pretty soon. You can look at the cells here on radar right now. Definitely some pretty potent cells here. Definitely a little bit of hail in there as well. That's again near 44 off to the southeast basically of Rapid City, fairly far away from Rapid City. But all these storms again are going to really be firing up over the next several hours. Again, severe thunderstorm watch does go until midnight tonight, so we'll be watching these storms pretty closely for you. Also, another cell back here near Draper, probably producing some quarter-sized hail, if not maybe even a little bit larger. That's near Highway 83 and as well as 16. So another cell they'll have to watch pretty closely over the next several minutes. That is also moving off to the northeast, and we very well may also get a severe thunderstorm warning on that one here pretty shortly. A lot of warnings out there as of right now. So again, we will keep you updated with the latest. Again, if you're just tuning in, hit the subscribe button. Make sure to like the video. Let's get into some questions. By the way, thank you, Holistic, for becoming a Tornado Chaser member. I do appreciate it. He did that right before we began, I think. So I appreciate that. Let me just replay the notification here. I appreciate that. Thank you. Appreciate becoming a member. All right, let's get some chat questions. And yes, we do have new emojis, by the way, if you're a member. I know like almost everybody in this chat is probably a member right now. Hey, Scorpion, how you doing? As well as Jackson, welcome back. Chris, Blocky, how you doing? As well as Caden, welcome back. Holistic, Sam, Clocks, how you guys all doing? Welcome back. I'm doing good, Louisiana. How about you? Hey, Magic, how you doing? Blaze, welcome back. Welcome. So many channel members. I know, it blew up last night. This is currently South Dakota is where we're at right now, by the way. I'm pretty sure we're going to get a couple of new warnings here pretty shortly, I would assume, but we'll see what happens. You will see. Hey, Lafayette, how you doing? Hey, Holistic. I will be... yeah, there will be a pretty good amount of storms developing, probably a decent amount of supercells too. I mean, we're going to see a lot of storms fire up probably over the next hour or two. We'll see more of them, but as of right now, so the activity is somewhat there. I mean, we're not looking at the peak yet. We're probably going to see a bit more of a peak around probably like 7 or 8 o'clock central at least. But by the way, we do have a wind gust report just coming in of 60 miles per hour over in Blunt. That was our most recent report. That is on this cell currently moving off to the northeast. Hail core seems to be shrinking a little bit here, but definitely some high downburst winds with this storm right now near Blunt, moving off to the northeast. It's our latest report there. That tornado was at the Denver International Airport, from what we know. Hey, Time, how you doing? Welcome back. I'm doing good, Twinward. How about you? I'm doing pretty good. All right. Any rotation? Let me take a look. I don't think there's much rotation on any of these cells. The only one that had a little bit of rotation earlier was this one over near 83. And as of right now, I'm not seeing a whole lot. And this is right here. That's just hail. That's kind of what it's kind of interfering with right now. But there's definitely some hail with this. You can see pretty large hail core. We got a couple of them. One down near Draper. This is not warned yet. I, again, would not be surprised if we do get a little warning on this near Draper. Probably at least quarter-sized hail there. This one is at least $half size, maybe even as high as ping pong ball right now. Definitely some large hail, though, embedded with these storms. And, again, we currently have 3 severe thunderstorm warnings ongoing here in South Dakota. We also have about 6 out of here. So there's 6 over in Virginia. Virginia's New Jersey, and 1 in Maryland. That's what we got, guys, right now. Hey, Devin, how you doing? Welcome back. Any more income in East Texas? Probably not. Like, there hasn't been much recently, unfortunately. Not much recently. By the way, the I put it on low latencies today, so it's going to be a little bit closer to what it should be. Hey, no problem, Kane. See you again soon. Right, 1 second. All right. You check the weather for Minnesota tonight. Yeah, I'll put the timing up here on the screen here in a second. Let me pull it up. Show you the timing for the rest of tonight. Obviously, we do have some storms already developing. We'll probably see more storm activity develop over the next couple of hours. Let me go ahead and let's see. Okay, so we're on this screen. Let me go ahead and go over to Minnesota. Give you a little bit of a timing guide for tonight. Yeah, again, I didn't have a video forecast today, so kind of rolling with it right now. Go to the 21Z model run. Let's go over to this. All right, let's go to the other screen. There we go. All right, here's a look at the timing for tonight. This is for Minnesota for reference. So again, timestamps at the top left of your screen. But by about 7, 8 o'clock, we'll start to see most likely more storm activity start to fill in. That would be, again, anywhere around Fargo, down into northeastern portions of South Dakota as well. Eventually by 9 to 10 o'clock. Storm activity overall is going to remain pretty widespread in these areas. It's going to be kind of this little stretch here that we're going to see anywhere from, again, southeastern North Dakota through a large portion of South Dakota, all the way into Minnesota, northern and western Minnesota. Definitely going to see that severe weather tonight. You can see eventually going to the overnight hours, though. We'll probably still see a couple of strong storms out there. Not a whole lot of severe weather is expected then, though. We will have a potential for a low-end chance for severe weather tomorrow, maybe in portions of the Midwest. It should stay low, though, overall. Again, as of right now, you see 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, only a couple of storms out there near Minneapolis, as well as maybe near Rochester. But overall, again, main threat will be over the next few hours. I do think the peak tonight will probably be around 8 or 9 o'clock. And as of right now, again, it is 6 o'clock as of right now. So I do think we'll start to see some more increase in activity. By the way, we've now been upgraded on the cell. It's now up to hen egg size tail over here near Highway 83. So we do have a little bit of an upgrade on this severe thunderstorm warning currently at Highway 83. Again, that is currently moved off to the northeast. A brand new update, again, on the severe thunderstorm warning up to hen egg size tail, and damaging winds also around 60 miles per hour is going to be possible with this storm. So brand new update. And this cell, by the way, was producing at one point hen egg size tail. So we are back from, again, it was down to, I think, $half or ping pong ball size. And it's back right now up to hen egg size. Definitely a large hail core right now, though, here near Highway 83. Thanks, Sully. Appreciate it. Look at all the members. We got a lot of members last night. Thank Jaws for that. Jaws went insane. Any chance for strong tornadoes? No, I highly doubt we'll even see really hardly any tornadoes tonight. We have seen one. For those that might just be tuning in now, we did again have a confirmed tornado over in the Denver International Airport. It was about 3 miles north of there, so it didn't actually hit the airport. But there was a land spout that was on the ground for about 7 minutes, from about 4:43 Central to about 4:50. So it was basically about an hour ago that we had a land spout reported there. There was a tornado warning for that, by the way. So there was a confirmation that we did have a land spout there. There was obviously a tornado there, but overall the threat is going to be pretty low in South Dakota. Can't rule out, again, a brief spin up or two. We definitely can't rule out an isolated tornado, but I do think that threat should stay pretty low tonight overall. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Be an interesting night to say the least. A lot of severe weather's ahead. I mean, again, we only have 3 warnings currently in just South Dakota alone. We're probably going to see that increase over the next couple of hours. It's going to probably get a bit hectic pretty soon. Hey, Tori, how you doing? Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Man, if you were on our stream last night, that was insane. It was an insane live stream, to say the least. How am I doing lately? I'm doing all right. I don't have a fever anymore. I'm still congested, which is crazy to think. I'm not nearly as bad as those last few days. I'm definitely getting better. So I hopefully won't be congested any later than tomorrow. Hey, J-Dog, how you doing? Welcome back. Happy Friday, by the way, everybody. Hope everybody's having a good Friday so far. It's TGIF. And Squidward and Jaws went crazy. I don't think it's going to happen again tonight. Hopefully it doesn't. I mean, that was insane to say the least. It's a fun night, though. Hey, 1920s, how you doing? Welcome back. All right, as of right now, again, we do actually we're down to 6 severe thunderstorm warnings as of right now. Again, the majority of them currently actually are now in South Dakota. We have 3. So there's 3 in South Dakota. I think there may be a couple over in Virginia still. There might also be one over there in New Jersey. But as of right now, again, this is our main severe thunderstorm warning, producing up to hen egg sized hail. And as well, 60-mile-per-hour winds. Definitely a cell to watch pretty closely. What's the outlook for the state of Wisconsin? Are you talking about today? Today you won't see anything. Isolated severe weather tomorrow, though, Alex, for West Wisconsin. Who's ready for fall, by the way? Who's ready for winter? I mean, honestly, I'm kind of just ready for fall and winter at this point. The heat has been here for way too long this summer. Everyone's a tornado chaser for the most part. It's all because of Jaws. Oh my god, I literally, I still can't get over last night. That was just insane. So insane. In Florida, I need winter. Yeah, Florida's always been hot. Florida's always been the same every summer, though. It's always hot there. All right, yeah, if you're just tuning in, this is an ongoing severe thunderstorm warning for hen egg-sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. Again, this is north of Highway 83 and as well as 248. It's also right along Highway 83 going northbound and southbound here. So, again, as of right now, northeast of Draper, as of right now, currently producing hen egg-sized hail. I'll go back over to the hail radar here in a second. Actually, we'll do it right now. We are up to 7 severe thunderstorm warnings, so we just got one more issued. And here's a look at the hail, by the way. Very well could have even been almost as high as tennis ball sized hail there west of Highway 83. So definitely some large hail with this storm, to say the least. The hail core definitely blew up on the latest couple of scans there. So definitely looking at least golf ball size, but I'm definitely thinking closer to hen egg sized hail in our recent scans as of right now. Again, near Highway 83. Definitely some large hail though here. Again, moving off to the northeast near Highway 83, which I know is a little bit more of a traffic area in South Dakota. So definitely a little bit more traffic over that direction. Hey, Rebecca, how you doing? We're currently in South Dakota. It's a hail core, yes. Yeah, membership gifting's honestly really cool. I'm glad YouTube got on board with that whole thing. It's awesome. And obviously, I had 135 gifted members last night. That's just insane to think. But again, if you ever want to support the page and you're a member, don't super chat. Just gift members, because it's honestly just it helps everybody else out. Better for the entire community. Hey Dozy, how you doing? Welcome back. Best memes ever. Hey, we added some new emojis tonight. And again, thank you to Jaws, because we basically, I think we got 5 new emoji slots from last night, or 6. There's a winter storm warning in Alaska. I saw that. I saw the winter storm watch that got issued. I actually did not see, though, the winter storm warning. That must be really recent. By the way, we're currently at 250 viewers. Only 95 of you have liked. Make sure to hit the like button down below. It's free to do. Helps our page out a lot. Hey, Daniel, how you doing? Welcome back. Thanks, Kenley. Hope you're doing well, by the way. Hope you're doing well. How's the upcoming weather for Knoxville, Tennessee? I don't know if there's going to be much down there over the next several days, at least in terms of severe weather. Overall, severe weather, this is actually going to possibly be crazy. We've not had again, it's been months since we've had a day without at least a marginal risk of severe weather. It's literally been months. We haven't had really a day with no severe weather risks. Again, today is a slight risk. It extends all the way through Minnesota, South Dakota, as well as southeastern North Dakota. And also you can see the marginal threat over there on the East Coast. But then when we go into tomorrow, a very small marginal risk goes from Nebraska all the way through Wisconsin. And then when we head into the following day, as of right now, there is a large space where we have a 10% chance of ordinary thunderstorms or greater. There is no risk yet. Now, I do think we'll get something, but man, it's been at least, I don't remember the last time, it must have been at least since March, though, that we've not had a one day without a severe weather risk. So it's been a while. It feels like forever. We've had a lot of severe weather recently. Tornado-sized hail. Yes, tornado-sized hail. There you go. Oh, that stinks, Daniel. Oh, I hate that. Yeah, not having an AC is brutal. Especially when it's warming, too. Hey, Storm Chaser, how you doing? Welcome back. Upcoming storms after these systems? Yeah, there will be, but not really anything in terms of organized severe weather. Honestly, I don't think we'll have much through even this upcoming week. So that's honestly really one of the reasons why I went live tonight. This is probably the last live stream we'll have, probably at least in at least 3 or 4 days at least. Again, I don't know how long it might be, but there's really no patterns at this point in the next 7 days that have anything in terms of organized severe weather. Tomorrow is going to be, there might be a couple of isolated storms, but it won't be organized. It's not going to be anything too crazy. It's just going to be isolated, sporadic, gusty winds and whatnot, or damaging winds, I should say. So that's what we're looking at as of right now. Are there any memberships in the forecast? Hey, we'll see. Man, if Jaws comes back, we might have a whole membership avalanche coming again. Sounds good, Daniel. A heat advisory? Yeah, there's heat advisories actually across a good portion of the United States today. So there's a decent amount out there. Goes actually, let me see if I can pull it up. I don't know if I can. I'll just do my other monitor because I could do it on the software, but it lags out. So heat advisories extend all the way from North Dakota through Texas and all the way as far east as Illinois and as far west as Wyoming. It's a large area. And they're also across Vermont and a large portion of southern New England. Actually, almost all of southern New England and New Jersey is included in that. That's insane. There's a lot of, it's a very large overall heat advisory in the central United States. This is a look at it, by the way. You can see it. All those orange boxes basically representing your heat advisory. That's insane. It's a pretty large heat advisory as of right now. And again, as of right now, we are currently sitting at 8 severe thunderstorm warnings, 32 flash flood warnings, and 6 special marine warnings. And this is definitely the most potent severe thunderstorm warning that we have ongoing as of right now. It is not that fast, by the way, but it is ongoing for the potential for hen egg sized hail and as well as 60-mile-per-hour damaging winds. Western Lower Brule Reservation is currently included in this near Highway 83. Back off to the northeast of that near Highmore. This storm is moving about 35 miles per hour. This is at an observed threat of 60-mile-per-hour winds. We actually have a couple of them over in Blunt. In Hughes County, South Dakota, as well as some half-dollar sized hail. That storm's moving off to the northeast pretty quickly, and that will be probably our fastest moving storm of the night. Again, we are going to see a huge increase in storms over the next couple of hours. We're going to keep you updated with the latest on all of it. It's going to get pretty active, most likely, here pretty soon. Thank you, police, as well as Port, by the way, for subscribing. I appreciate it. Hey, Judah, how you doing? Welcome back. Cash, we've actually already had a landspout tornado today. That was over in Colorado, but yeah, overall, again, tornado threat's extremely low tonight. It's just, it's in the title. I mean, can't tell you anything else. Yeah, we've already had a confirmed tornado today over in Colorado. It was actually on the ground for 7 minutes over near the Denver International Airport. So that's kind of why it's in the title. There might be actually a brief or, spin up board tornado today. So that's kind of why it's in the title anyways. We very well could see that potential. Even though the Storm Prediction Center doesn't have a percentage for that, it's always a possibility, even in these situations. Again, a couple of weeks ago, some of you guys were at that live stream. You remember the Colorado live stream that we had? We had about 11 or 12 tornadoes or something along those lines. It was an insane amount, and there was no risk at all. So just kind of give you a reference. I mean, it does actually occasionally happen. No, Catch, you're totally fine. No problem at all. Totally understand. Yeah, there was a tornado today. Mystic, most likely. Definitely plan on it. Yeah, once winter comes around, obviously there won't be much severe weather, so we will probably do some winter live streams and stuff like that. This is currently South Dakota, is where we're at. Severe weather on Sunday? No, not Sunday. Today's Friday, so yeah, not Sunday. Possibly tomorrow, though. If you're in like central western Wisconsin, you may have a chance for an isolated severe storm or two. I don't expect that threat to be overly high. We do have a recent wind gust report, by the way, over in Wanblee. There was a 60-mile-per-hour wind gust. That was actually from a storm that I mentioned probably should be severe warned, and it wasn't actually. It still isn't, but that storm looks like it's fizzled out. There's another one right behind it. Probably producing a little bit of quarter-sized hail, maybe even some downburst winds there near 44. So another area that we're watching pretty closely. Again, severe weather will be possible all the way through here, South Dakota, all the way back up into Minnesota and North Dakota. We are going to see more storm activity fire up here, most likely in the next hour. So it's going to get probably, again, very hectic. We're going to see a lot of storms developing. K-index is pretty high today. So it's going to be an interesting afternoon, to say the least. Hey, VIP, how you doing? Any severe weather in Alabama? Not tonight, no. If anything ever happens in Alabama over the next, even several days, it's likely going to be sporadic, downburst winds. It's nothing going to be organized or widespread, which is really the reason why when you look at Storm Prediction Center outlooks and there's occasionally an isolated severe storm in states like down in the southeast, they just are very isolated, so there's not a risk of severe weather. They don't even put the 5% mark on it because it's just not needed. We do have a new warning, by the way. This is for an increased damaging wind threat, a decreased hail threat. We are now up to 70-mile-per-hour damaging winds. This includes actually a pretty large area. It includes Presho, Kennebec, as well as the Cedar Creek recreational area, the Joe Creek recreational area, the West Bend recreational area, I can't talk, as well as Lower Brule. Those areas all included in a brand new severe thunderstorm warning, again, for damaging winds up to 70 miles per hour, and as well as some half-dollar sized hail. And again, this storm possibly still producing maybe as high as ping pong ball sized hail still, but it was warned originally, again, for hen egg sized hail, but definitely a higher damaging wind threat on this cell. We'll take a look at the velocities as well and kind of see what we're looking at here. And it does look like we have a bit of an increase here in damaging wind component. Let's look at it as of right now. So as of right now, we're probably looking at least 50. Closer to Draper, looks like we have higher wind gusts over here. Let me try to go back over to the radar we're just on. This is the estimate over by here. There's a little spike here of 75. That seems a bit of an overestimate, little spike in the radar. That's where the hail actually is. But winds definitely could be potentially as high as 70 miles per hour. That is the new radar indicated threat there by the National Weather Service on this cell. And again, it is actually starting to move a bit further off to the east. It was originally moving northeast, and it's kind of changed its direction at this point. So again, brand new severe thunderstorm warning there. By the way, 423 people watching, 150 likes. Make sure to hit the like button. I would appreciate it. It's free to do. Helps our page out a lot. What about Florida? Are you talking about like today or like the next several days? I don't think Florida's going to see much in terms of severe weather over the next few days. Is Grand Rapids at a risk tomorrow? I think. Let me take a look. Wait, oh, Grand Rapids. Are you talking about Grand Rapids, Michigan? No. Not Michigan. I thought you were talking about somewhere else, but no. Grand Rapids, Michigan, not included. It's only for those in central, western Wisconsin, all the way through portions of Nebraska for tomorrow. Sounds good, Clocks. Yeah, Squidward, I think it's hail more than anything. I've seen that little bit of rotation there. I think it's more of a hail component. We'll take a look from the southern radar, too. I do think it's kind of just a mixture of the hail. I mean, it looks like there's something there. I can't lie, there's a little bit of rotation, but I just don't think it's anything organized at this point. And it's obviously probably the hail, too. The hail's definitely mixing in here. You can see from this radar site, there's really nothing organized in terms of the velocities. It's more of the hail kind of doing that to the velocity radar. So overall, I don't think there's a whole lot of rotation there. But again, I cannot rule out that we do have a little broad, spectrum of maybe a little bit broad rotation. Hey, Kim, how you doing? Welcome back. Hey, Gene, how you doing? Welcome back. How you doing? It's going to be a tornado anywhere today. We've already had one confirmed over in the Colorado International Airport. There was a land spout on the ground for 7 minutes earlier. So that has been confirmed so far today. Other than that, though, we haven't had much. So, again, a brief, isolated weak tornado could occur tonight, but I do think it's a low threat. Not what I'm expecting tonight anyways. Hey, Danny, how you doing? Welcome back. Hey, Paul, how you doing? Welcome back. A lot of you guys coming in now. Hope everybody's doing well. Mesoscale discussion in Utah. Let me take a look. In Utah. Let's see. Okay, so northwestern Utah, which is an area that we really have never covered before. A few damaging wind gusts are possible with the strongest storms this evening. I don't know if there's any warnings ongoing there, but as of right now, we do have 6 severe thunderstorm warnings. Most of those, again, here in South Dakota. If we zoom out, though, again, one up here in central Dakota. We actually have one over in Wyoming as of right now, producing some 60-mile-per-hour winds and quarter-sized hail. That is a very impressive-looking storm. It's probably from the mountains of this region. I don't know if we'll be able to get much of a view on this storm, but yeah, it's kind of hard to get a good view. But this is producing 60-mile-per-hour winds and quarter-sized hail. And again, this is where we had that confirmed land spout tornado earlier. It was on the ground for about 7 minutes from 3:43 to 3:50 Mountain Time, which was about an hour and a half ago now. So that was, again, over at the Denver International Airport. Apparently, we had widespread damage. A widespread wind damage happened in Mount Pleasant, Texas, apparently. Trees and power lines were reported down on Happy Street near the intersection of Highway 67 and FM 1402. Wind also damaged doors. Huh, interesting. We do have another warning over in New Jersey as well, and one in Virginia, by the way. So that's what we're looking at right now in terms of severe weather. And again, we'll see a lot more severe weather filling in here over the next couple of hours, especially, again, in South Dakota, western Minnesota, and southeast portions of North Dakota. Yeah, interesting. Nightbot is just a bot. They just kind of automatically post messages and stuff. Tristan, not much tonight. Anything that you might see might just be rain or an isolated strong storm up there in northern Minnesota. Hey, Kendra, how you doing? Welcome back. Yes, Happy Street, sorry. Must be, they're probably not that happy anymore after that wind report or damage report. Like, might turn into Sad Street. Is the southeastern part of the metro in the path of this storm? Where are you talking about, Hot Dog? Which area? Because there's a lot of metro areas. Yes, Paul, I do plan on it at some point. We almost have 300 members now. If we ever get to like 500 members, I'll consider doing a members only stream, but it probably wouldn't be in terms of at least, I mean, I might do like some low end severe weather day, or, you know, maybe it's just some random stream. Who knows? See. Watch out for a membership avalanche. I don't think that's happening again tonight. But you never know. I haven't. Who knows? Jaws might pop in here out of nowhere, but he hasn't been here yet, so. I don't think Squidward's participating tonight in the crazy membership parade that we had last night. Any rain up there? Let me look at the drought monitor. Actually, I can see it on here. Let's look at the drought monitor as of right now. I'll go and pull it up here. So you're saying northern Minnesota needs rain. Look at the rest of the United States, though. I mean, out of anybody, I think that this area down here in the south, anywhere in the southern plains and southwest, needs more rain more than anything. By the way, this is a yellow glitched out area. There might actually be some yellow up here. I think the entire thing is glitched out, but yeah, overall, I don't even know if this is updated, is it? This doesn't even look updated. Okay, well, that's just why I don't really like the software. I don't think it's updated at all. All right, let me go over to the actual drought monitor. Let's take a look. No, actually, it's pretty close. It's not fully updated, though. But up in Minnesota, the only area that actually needs rain in Minnesota is near Minneapolis. Other than that, you really don't need that much rain. But over in Texas, the entire state needs rain. I mean, at this point, even Oklahoma and West Kansas. West Kansas is in desperate need. Missouri, even southwest Missouri, anywhere obviously in the western states like Nevada, Utah, California, those areas obviously need rain. They always do. Really, especially during the summer. Obviously, the summer is really dry all the time, so. Daniel, if I ever do a membership stream, it would not have anything to do with like a severe weather event that I would cover on a normal stream. So, I mean, I might go live for like a really random marginal risk, or like, you know, it might be just something completely off topic from severe weather too. That would be the only things I would ever do a member stream with, but it would not be something like what I'm doing now, just for reference. I appreciate it, Lovely. Appreciate it. Appreciate you tuning in. Yeah, Moxie, I know. Last night was not a come chill stream. It was literally the exact opposite. By the way, the severe thunderstorm watch for tonight, actually, there is a little bit of a change to this. So there is actually a low tornado threat. Usually when they make these severe thunderstorm watches, they typically will put, if there's no tornado threat, or like basically zero tornado threat, like basically below 1%, they usually put very low for tornadoes and EF2 plus tornadoes. There's actually a low end chance though for a tornado, the likelihood. So there is a possibility that we do see a brief isolated weak tornado embedded with one of these storms. And that's kind of why I mentioned before, somebody came in here and said, you know, looks like clickbait. Well, we already had one confirmed land spout today over in Colorado. Obviously, that was from something completely different, but we very well could see maybe a potentially brief tornado of some sorts as well today. It's definitely not out of the question. But the main threat, again, is going to be damaging winds and large hail. Those are my main concerns. Definitely cannot rule out maybe a brief or weak tornado, though. Not out of the question. But overall, should say like a very, very low chance. I agree with that, Baldy. That's why I mentioned, like, if I were to do a members only stream, it probably would not be related to severe weather. Hey, see you later, Daniel. Appreciate you stopping by. Hey, tornado possible labels. As of right now, no. We primarily have hailstorms ongoing. The storm back up here, I think we have a better radar sight on this one now. This storm looks like it has some pretty decent hail at least going right now. Still $half size, most likely. We will probably get a new warning on this cell here pretty shortly, too. Let me go over to the hail radar. We'll take a look. See if the hail has changed. And the last several minutes, at least about 5, maybe 6 minutes ago, was at least still ping pong balls. So we definitely are still looking at a pretty decent hailstorm here on this cell. And it's still more for $half size, but definitely can't rule out that we're a little bit higher on this one. Here's a look at the velocities. I'm not really expecting much in terms of a tornado threat, but there might be a little bit of damaging winds in here up to 60. We obviously had reports already of 60-mile-per-hour winds over in Blunt, South Dakota, over in Hughes County. So that was a recent report that we had, obviously, with those storms. Now, the ones over here down to the south that are currently ongoing crashed. But the ones kind of down to the south, I don't think are rotating overly, or really to an overly, or like a high amount at this point. Let me take a look. Now, we have a brand new warning. That's actually a considerable threat. We'll go back up to that in a second. But we do have, let me take a look at the velocities on this, because there was a little bit of rotation earlier. Not a whole lot. It's broad, if anything. So we're not looking at anything to the point where I think we get a warning. The rotation up here, by the way, is not rotation. It is actually hail, just kind of from the hail. But we do have a brand new severe thunderstorm warning that is for damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour, and as well as Hennig-sized hail. So we're back up to another considerable threat here going up toward Orient over the next several minutes, as well as Brentwood Colony, Thunderbird Colony, Norbeck, and as well as Bloomingard Colony. So all those areas included in this brand new severe thunderstorm warning. Now we'll be going toward Highway 212 and as well as 20 over the next several minutes, as well as Chelsea and Cresbard as well are all included. So we got a brand new severe thunderstorm warning here. Hennig-sized hail. That is, again, pretty large hail. We're not talking about, you know, the crazy tennis ball sized hail that we were talking about last night, but we are definitely talking about at least some Hennig-sized hail with this storm. That's our latest update on this severe thunderstorm warning. That has just, again, been issued. We're only 26 likes away from 250. If you haven't hit the like button, I would appreciate it. Also, if you're new here, hit the subscribe button down below. Again, it's free to do. Helps our page out a lot. We're 14 subscribers from 15,400. Let's get some tennis balls in the chat. It's not tennis ball sized hail. When we actually get tennis ball sized hail, we gotta get a whole spam of tennis balls in the chat. I don't know why I even made that an emote. I really don't. All right, let's get back over to this storm. And this is the one producing 70-mile-per-hour winds as of right now. Let's see if the wind is even at that point, though. It still says around 55. Now, again, it could be a little bit higher than that. The velocities do typically get a little bit more underestimated the further away we are from the radar site, but we are definitely looking, again, at still some 60 to 70-mile-per-hour winds, maybe some $half-sized hail with this storm. Definitely going to be a storm to watch very closely as it moves off to the east. Let me put a track on this as well. We'll kind of give you an idea of where this is heading over the next several minutes. It's apparently moving about 45 miles per hour off to the east. I don't know if it's going that fast, but it's definitely going around 35, maybe 40. We'll go ahead and put 37 for now. Here's a look at the timing on the left side of your screen. Again, Central Time. So Presho, 6:38. Kennebec, right around 6:52. Lower Brule, right around 7:05. Reliance, I don't know why I was trying to say resilience. Reliance, right around 7:11. Fort Thompson, right around 7:16. Owakoma, right around 7:30. Chamberlain, right around 7:34, as well as Kimball, right around 8:03, and Wessington Springs, right around 8:25. Again, that's your timing on this cell. Currently moving off to the east. And we have another new severe thunderstorm warning that has just been issued. This is also for Hennig-sized hail. So again, we are back up to some pretty large hail in this storm as well. Hennig-sized hail is currently ongoing with this cell, moving off to the northeast toward Seneca. So that is, again, a brand new severe thunderstorm warning. We have now 2 cells currently producing Hennig-sized hail here in South Dakota. 2 definitely dangerous storms, too, that we're looking at here. Again, a brand new severe thunderstorm warning on this one, moving off to the northeast toward Highway 212. And yeah, again, another hailstorm that we're definitely looking at here. And again, Hennig-sized hail not out of the question. We may be able to get up a tennis ball sized hail at some point if the lapse rates do get high enough, but we'll see what happens. Hey, yo, how you doing? Welcome back. Try to find something real quick. Not gonna be able to find it, I don't think. I was gonna find a Hennig and just put it on the screen. Basically, what we're looking at as of right now is Hennig-sized hail. Again, on really a few of these storms here. Again, the one currently moving off to the northeast towards Seneca. We also, again, have another one moving off to the northeast towards areas like Orient, as well as Cresbard and Chelsea are all kind of in the track of that as of right now. Any tornado possibles? As of right now, we don't have any, but really, we do have some pretty decent hailstorms ongoing, though. Again, 2 currently producing hen egg size. We also got 1 currently producing 60 to 70 mile per hour damaging winds down to the south. So we do have 2 pretty, but really 3 potent cells right now, all different supercells that we're looking at. One's obviously a little bit larger than the others, but these other 2 as of right now are definitely looking pretty good right now. Well, again, we'll be watching this pretty closely for you tonight. Make sure, again, if you're just tuning in, hit the like button down below. It helps our page out a lot. Again, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. We'd appreciate it. All right, so we got a little egg down there. Such a dumb idea. All right, well, again, we have hen egg size tail ongoing as of right now on this storm. And again, hen egg size tail is 2 inches in diameter for reference. So we're currently looking at 2-inch size tail right now with both of these storms. We have another one firing up now, by the way, another cell that's beginning to develop there near Chelsea. That's near 20 and Highway 281. We may see, again, more storm activity begin to fire up here from northeastern South Dakota through western Minnesota and southeastern North Dakota. That is the expectation at this point. We will likely see more storm development in this area over the next hour or 2. So this will be an area where we're going to probably see a lot of storms beginning to fire up here pretty soon from outflow boundaries and whatnot. So we are probably going to begin to actually see that within the next probably 30 to 45 minutes, I would assume. We already got one forming there near Chelsea, so it'll be something to watch here pretty closely. Hey, Antonio, how you doing? Yeah, I can do a future cast. Which state are you talking about, though? How do you do that with the egg? What do you mean? Talking about the egg here. Can I flip this somehow? I don't think I can flip it, but here's the egg. I don't know how to twist it. Figure that out. Yeah, hailstorm. Yeah, any hailstones really even above. I mean, we can see hailstones, even the smallest sizes like ping pong balls, really damage through windows and stuff like that, and even break them. And really, car windows is what I'm talking about. So even hen eggs. I mean, it's definitely a potential that we could see, pretty large hail out of this. Let me take a look at the hail radar here. We'll see what the latest update is on the hail radar as of right now at this cell. Here's a look at as of right now. So you can kind of see the latest radar scans. They were peaking right around hen egg size at the very beginning of the cell. Back out here to the west, it was around $half sized. But the latest scans near 47 are currently right around ping pong ball size. So it might get downgraded at some point, but we'll have to wait and see. And that is the latest updates that we have on this current cell. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Thank you, Phil, for becoming a Storm Chaser member. I appreciate that, Phil. Thank you very much. Appreciate you becoming a member. Thank you, thank you. We are now up to 280 members, by the way. We're only 20 away from 300. How crazy is that? And it's all thanks to Jaws last night. Man, if we had 300 members, that'd be insane. I appreciate that, Phil, though. Thank you very much. If you guys are just tuning in, by the way, you guys might be regulars here. We had over 150 gifted memberships last night. That literally almost 2x how many members we had before. So you guys missed an insane live stream if you weren't there last night. And we were watching, obviously, some severe weather, but it got crazy. Last night's stream was really relaxing. And the chat was moving actually faster last night somehow when we had only 100 viewers. It's so weird. 280. Yeah, we're currently, actually, the number is right here, I think. Make sure. Yeah, it's right here. That's the current count of members. So, yeah, it is quite incredible what happened last night. See if we can get 20 more tonight. You never know. We will wait and see. Thanks, Arts. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's kind of crazy to think how far this has come. Never thought it would ever happen. Latest radar scan, by the way, I was kind of mentioning the cell over here didn't have much of a hail core. Looks like it's growing now. We are definitely looking at a little bit of an increased amount of hail here that is currently east of Highway 83 and back out to the west of 47. Looks to be a lot of farmland here, but this will be going towards a bit more of a populated area here pretty soon towards Seneca near Highway 212. So something to keep in mind, hail core is increasing there. We do have a small hail core as well west of Orient that seems to be increasing. And that will also be something to watch here pretty closely over the next several minutes. Definitely something else to watch very closely. A couple of updates there. Anything happening in the Chicago area? Nope, nothing in Chicago tonight. And I don't expect any severe weather tomorrow either for Chicago. Chicago should be totally fine at this point, I would assume. We're only 6 subscribers, by the way, from 15,400. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, I would appreciate it. Death Star, we'll see. It really depends on what we're looking at in weather. I mean, I'm not going to force daily uploads if they're not needed. I'm not even going to force an upload in general if it's just not needed for weather. I mean, really, I don't even know if I'll have one tomorrow. It's just going to depend on if we have anything that's new next week. So we'll wait and see what happens. But again, I'm not the type of person that's forcing uploads or anything like that, or trying to get, as many forecasts out there as possible if it's not needed. I don't think we'll really need one tomorrow, but we'll see what happens. Again, I didn't even upload one today. And that was for actually today's severe weather event. I didn't even put one out, but that's because mainly I was going live for it. Welcome back, Clocks. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, if I don't upload tomorrow, I don't know if I'll upload it all this weekend. We'll see what happens. It's just going to kind of depend on if we have any weather that's going to be noted. We have, again, not had a single tropical storm or hurricane in the last month or so. It's been about a month in 2 days, I think, since our last named storm in the Atlantic Ocean. So it's been a while. Let me take a look if the computer models have been hinting at anything. They have not hinted at a single tropical storm hardly at all. Like, there's one run. Actually, there might be something to watch next week. We may have our first tropical storm or hurricane of the sea, or not first one, but one of the first ones, at least in August, potentially next week. Maybe late next weekend. The European and GFS are both hinting at something developing in the Eastern Atlantic and eventually coming towards either the Lesser Antilles or potentially going into somewhere maybe just south of Bermuda. So stay tuned. I might actually have to make a forecast on that tomorrow. If I have a forecast, that's what it's probably going to be on. Thank you, Ninja, Jennifer, and Sean for subscribing. I appreciate it. Yeah, I heard Boston got some pretty good storms earlier. I heard that. Yeah, we might actually have to watch the tropics. I actually might feature that a little bit here at our forecast too in this live stream. I might kind of show you guys what I'm looking at, but there's actually a possibility that we might see our first tropical storm or hurricane of the at least August, potentially next week. There is a little air, maybe a tropical wave that might come off the coast next week that we'll have to watch. And again, I will have a forecast here on our YouTube channel probably tomorrow on that if it's still holding true on the computer models, but as of right now, the wind speeds that are currently being estimated, obviously, again, we have several days until this ever would happen, but wind speeds were peaking right, it looks like around 70 to 80. So we'll have to wait and see. Obviously, a lot of things can change between now and then, but we have not had anything on the computer models for tropical storm activity at all in at least a month. It's been a while. All right, again, back to the radar as of right now. Again, we're currently in South Dakota. We have currently 7 severe thunderstorm warnings ongoing. 2 of them currently producing, again, hen egg-sized hail. We have 2 hail cores. We got one right here that's east of Agar and east of Highway 83, going towards Seneca. And we also have another hail core here that is moving a bit more off to the north, but also just off to the west of Orient and also southwest of Cresbard and as well as Chelsea. We have more storms now beginning to fire up back up near Chelsea as well. These are newly development areas now. We're going to see more storms again fire up over the next couple of hours, and these could also rapidly become severe. Really, any of these areas, all the way up and down the severe thunderstorm watch. And again, the severe thunderstorm watch does go until midnight tonight, so another 5.5 hours or so on the severe thunderstorm watch. We obviously could see severe weather even beyond that, but main threats tonight, again, hail potentially as high as hen egg, maybe even a little bit greater than that, and as well as 70-mile-per-hour damaging winds, maybe even again a little bit higher than that is not out of the question. Could see potentially a brief spin up or tornado, not out of the question either. We've already had a confirmed land spout down in Colorado at the Denver International Airport earlier. By the way, over in Herald, we do have a recent report of ping pong ball sized hail at 610. That was with this storm now near Orient. And we have now had an upgrade on this severe thunderstorm warning. We are now up to 70-mile-per-hour damaging winds and hen egg sized hail. So this storm has just been upgraded. That's going toward as well as Fulton, as well as Cresbard, Orient, anywhere near 20, and Highway 212 and Chelsea are in the track of the cell. Again, this is a double shot kind of storm, 60 to 70 mile per hour damaging winds, along with the potential for some fairly large hail, potentially up to hen egg size. Look at the radar. It's currently estimating around 85-mile-per-hour damaging winds. We very well may have something going on here, maybe some sort of microburst situation right now, southwest of Fulton and south of Highway 212. Definitely something to watch very closely. I mean, the winds are currently being estimated around 85 at the peak, so this is definitely something to watch very closely. Very high winds, currently warned for 70. Very well could be some sort of microburst, though, currently ongoing here. That is some extremely high wind zone. That is usually where we would see the highest velocities as well. So definitely interesting that we're seeing those high velocities right now there. Currently moving off to the northeast. Here's a look at the latest radar update. So latest one's still showing around 75, potentially as high as 80. I'm seeing a good cluster here of around 78 miles per hour south of Highway 212. So definitely some pretty high winds. Definitely a storm to watch extremely closely. Again, it's packing a 2-punch threat right now, moving off to the northeast. Thank you, your local weather service, for becoming a Storm Chaser member. I appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate you becoming a member. You are now our 281st member of the month. We're only 19 from 300. Crazy. Ches, anything in Colorado today is going to be primarily just isolated damaging winds. There was, again, a tornado today in Colorado near the Denver airport, which, again, was on the ground for 7 minutes, but I don't think we'll see much beyond what we saw there. I think it's going to be primarily rain, isolated severe storm, though, not out of the question. Dude, it's not an outbreak. It is not an outbreak, Dolly. You're correct. This is not an outbreak. We have a little bit of severe weather ongoing. It is a slight risk. Again, for damaging winds up to 75, we very well could see, again, some hail up to the size of hen eggs. We currently have 2 storms producing that threat. Again, one going toward Cresbard and as well as Faulkton, as well as Orient, and also one down to the southwest of Seneca, also producing those potential threats of hen egg-sized hail. We also, again, could maybe see a brief spin up with one of these storms, but overall, I think the main threat's damaging winds and hail tonight as these storms, again, move off to the northeast. And we are looking at a huge wind patch right now south of Highway 212. This is a pretty high amount of winds that we're looking at on radar. Again, it's currently estimated right around 70 to 75. So we are definitely looking at some high winds as of right now. Peaking again at 78, estimated by radar. Seems to have been maybe a brief downburst or something like that. Maybe some sort of microburst. But we will see what happens over the next couple of scans. If that wind core starts to kind of weaken a little bit, it might just be something like a microburst or something like that. And yeah, the wind's currently estimated still around 70 to 75 there at the very core here, heading toward Highway 212. So very well may have been some sort of brief microburst of some sorts there. Again, moving off to the northeast. Seems like a lot of severe weather for Canada this year. Yeah, there's been a decent amount of severe weather up in Canada. This is currently in South Dakota. We'll mainly be covering South Dakota, potentially a little bit of North Dakota. North Dakota is included in the threat, as well as Minnesota. Those are the 3 main areas tonight. Obviously, if there's any severe weather outside of that has to be noted, we'll go to those as well. There is a potential, again, for isolated, sporadic severe weather in a few other locations tonight, but I do think that overall threat should stay fairly low outside of these regions. Hey, Kyler, how you doing? Welcome back. Hey, you're good, Aiden. No problem at all. Again, if you watch the streams and whatnot, and you're active, and if somebody ever gives memberships, you may actually be able to become a member from people gifting memberships, which we had a lot of those last night. So, out of the question. Hey, that's awesome, Darren. That's awesome. I'm glad you're having some cooler weather. We really need that in the Southern Plains too. It is brutally hot right now. Heat advisories all across a lot of the United States right now. It's been a hot one so far. Really, this summer, it's been brutal. Here's a photo coming in from South Dakota. Look at that photo. This is in South Dakota. That is all the rain falling right here. You can just see it on the left side. Nice and bright on the right. It is basically almost a perfect line right there. It's almost perfect, but you kind of see it fading a little bit there. But a lot of rain obviously falling right there. Pretty good rain shaft, and you can see all the hay barrels as well. And this is over in Miranda. Interesting photo sent in. Thank you, Holistic, by the way, for sending that in. Hey, congratulations, Rice. Pretty neat. Where is Miranda? I can't figure out where that is. Very small town, it looks like. Oh, that's over here. So where that camera view was right here, likely looking this direction. I think it was looking west. So it was basically right here a few moments ago. That's what we're just looking at. Pretty impressive storm. Again, this one's the one that's producing 70-mile-per-hour winds and potentially some head-egg-sized hail. So we're definitely looking at a potential for some, pretty large hail and whatnot. And obviously a lot of rain too. Heavy rain's definitely not. It's definitely in the track with any of these supercells that developed tonight. Hey, Shell, how you doing? There are some storms over in Maryland tonight. There's a couple of them. Not a whole lot, Squidward. Not a whole lot. Primarily, we have a new upgrade on this warning for 70-mile-per-hour winds and head-egg-sized hail. Beyond that, no new updates. We do have a new wind gust down in Vivian, South Dakota of 61 miles per hour. So that's our latest update. Again, we do have a supercell currently forming here near Chelsea. This likely will become severe pretty soon. And there's also another one near Warner. So a couple of storms to watch very closely back out to the northeast as well. We definitely got some decent cells right now developing. Anything for Round Rock? No, nothing for Round Rock. Please do not spam, by the way. Otherwise, I will not answer your question. Thank you. I don't think we have a mod tonight, so unfortunately. Your basketball hoop fell. Was it from winds? I wouldn't be surprised. Basketball hoops quite often do fall from damaging winds. Is Jaws here tonight or at the soup kitchen for dinner tonight? I have no clue. I don't know if Jaws will be here. I don't know. We'll see. We will see. Jaws, you never know. He might be back. 3 separate storms in northern Indiana. There's some decent rotation the other day on a couple of those storms. There just wasn't anything that was that impressive from that severe weather that we saw a couple of days back. But overall, really, it's going to be a weird pattern. We're going to see a big downgrade in the overall severe weather probably over the next week. The only thing is now the tropics likely going to be brewing in the next couple of weeks. And it's very likely we will see our first tropical storm or hurricane of the season, or not the season, excuse me, of August sometime in the next couple of weeks. Again, I will have a forecast probably on that tomorrow. We do have a little development possibly going to develop in the Eastern Atlantic, but there might be something. We'll see. Thank you, Mateo, Patricia, as well as Knock and OP for subscribing. Appreciate it. Hey, Michael, how you doing? Hey, Rogue, how you doing? Welcome back. I'll take a look at it in a second, Kevin. Was it on Discord or Twitter? On Twitter. Okay. How do we get like 600 viewers? My average is typically around 800 to 900 nowadays, so last night was a huge exception. I have no clue why. I really don't know why last night was such... I mean, for those that were not here last night's stream was, for some reason, the lowest viewed stream I've had since May, and I'm not entirely sure why, but... We only had 3,000 total views in 3.5 hours. Usually we're up to like 30,000. It's quite weird, but honestly, I could care less about the view count. I like doing what I do, as long as I'm helping people. Thank you for sending that in, Kevin. That's awesome. I'll retweet it. Thank you. Appreciate you sending that in. I heard that, Shell. It's unfortunate news. Unfortunate news. Hey, Blaze, how you doing? Welcome back. Exactly, Kevin. Yeah, again, I could care less about views. I just would rather make sure I'm helping the right people. I'd rather have 100 people in a location that is currently being hit by severe weather than 1,000 that is not in the location. That sort of thing. View count doesn't really matter to me. Hey, Austin, how you doing? Welcome back. The only thing I was really concerned about was if I would never actually have the view count that I used to have before for those that actually did need it. That was my concern last night, because all of a sudden, it was weird last night. I don't know what happened. Thank you, Johnny and Jen, for subscribing. I appreciate it. Yeah, I heard about the lightning in DC. We actually covered that last night. We saw it, but yeah, it's unfortunate news. Again, that happened at like 4 or 5 o'clock yesterday. Yeah, again, make sure if you ever hear thunder in general, just make sure you're getting indoors. Again, thunder roars, go indoors. Lightning can strike from several miles away. You might not even be in a storm, and it can strike from several miles away. So it's always a good reminder to make sure you're going indoors when you hear any thunder, even if it's the most distant thunder ever. It's always good to do it, and do that for 30 minutes. And if you don't hear any thunder between then and 30 minutes, you should be fine. Make sure to check your radar though and whatnot. Yeah, definitely a decent reminder there. Obviously, very unfortunate situation though that happened in Washington, D.C. yesterday. I'm probably the only storm chaser in the world that gets footage instead of driving. Walks. Oh, you walk to do it? Really? That's interesting. A walking chaser. A walk storm chaser. That's actually kind of funny. A walker. Oh, that's sad to hear, Kai. I didn't even know that. Yeah, I don't know any information about that besides what we saw already. I only knew that 4 people got struck. That was it. There's no tornado warning as of right now. Nope, no tornado warnings. We had a tornado again confirmed about a couple of hours ago near the Denver International Airport. It was a land spout. It's on the ground for about 7 minutes. So, yeah, that was also unfortunate that we had a land spout over there, but that was actually kind of out of the blue. I believe that happened with a weakening cell, kind of like an outflow boundary. It happened near the, again, it was like 3 miles north of the Denver International Airport that it happened at. So we've had a couple of land spouts that have been pretty close there recently to the airport. Hey, Sully, how you doing? Welcome back. That's nice, Kevin. That's cool. Yeah, there's some storms beginning to fire up back up near Fargo. Let's take a look real quick. Again, an outflow boundary got shot off. We'll probably see more storms beginning to fire up, and lapse rate's probably going to increase a little bit. So, I just keep crashing. But we'll probably see an increase of severe weather over the next couple of hours up that direction as well. Let's go back over to this storm. Let's go over to this radar. But yeah, we do have a couple of storms now firing up here near Warner, as well as Malete and Stratford. Those areas currently seeing some storms firing up. Again, these will likely become severe pretty quickly. The ones down here are probably weakening. They are still severe, but they're definitely weakening a little bit. Here's a look at the wind, though. The wind is still extremely high with this storm. We're still talking 75 miles per hour potentially. None of this has been confirmed yet. It is radar estimated wind speeds. It's a few hundred feet off the ground as well, but we are possibly talking pretty high wind speeds right now with this. I will take a look and see if we do have any METAR data, though, in this area. See if we have any airports or anything like that in the area. I don't think we have any nearby, but we will take a look. And yeah, nothing nearby, unfortunately. But as of right now, we definitely do have high winds going through Falkton right now near Highway 212. So definitely a pretty decent storm, though, right here. I mean, this is definitely a pretty decent supercell moving off to the northeast. Very high winds on the leading edge. 70 to 75 miles per hour potentially right now here. No, this is not a tornado. It's just high winds. It's more of a high wind storm right now. Damaging winds for sure. What's the hail size? It says Henegg. We'll take a look, though. I do think it went down a little bit from the latest, from what it was before. Excuse me. Here's a look at the hail over the last several minutes. And yeah, near Falkton as of right now, looks to be down to potentially ping pong ball size. So it's definitely down. It might be around $half size too. It's kind of in between that, like 1.25 inch diameter, maybe 1.5 inches in diameter at the peak. So that's kind of what we're looking at as of right now, going toward Highway 212. And obviously the hail course probably closer to up here now, but that's what we're looking at now. It was, again, peaking at Henegg size, so we were definitely looking at some pretty large hail here with the storm originally. I do think that hail threat's gone down a little bit. If any storm were to become severe in the next couple of minutes or over the next 10 to 15 minutes, it'll probably be this one here near Malete and Chelsea. That storm's definitely increasing. The one down here is now down to quarter-sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds, though. That storm has now been downgraded. You can clearly see, by the way, the outflow boundary here that's been shot off. That is going to develop more storm activity here in South Dakota over the next couple of hours. So we'll have to watch that pretty closely. Watching the stream is the closest I get for rain these days. I can relate. I can actually relate to that very well. I basically stream and it has not rained where I am in like forever. Thank you, Marcus, Way, Linda, and as well as Har for subscribing. I appreciate it, guys. Welcome. Doing good, Angel. How about you? Doing good. Hey, Cal, how you doing? I have no clue who that is, Kevin, but cool. I've never heard of him. All right, let's take a look at the, as of right now, again, no new mesoscale discussions. We get our next Storm Prediction Center outlook in about an hour, so wait on that, see what happens. All right. I'm doing a little bit better. I'm still a little bit congested, but other than that, I'm doing pretty good. Glad you found my channel too, Shell. I'm glad you found it. By Vivian. Vivian down here. We do have a new warning for ping pong ball size tail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. Let me take a look at the velocities, though. Brand new severe thunderstorm warning on this for ping pong ball size tail, 60-mile-per-hour winds for Presho, Issa Draper, again, your Vivian. Actually, where Vivian is, it's basically right there. Here's a look at the velocities. It's definitely a damaging wind component. I know some people are confusing this for some rotation. There's not really any rotation here. It's more of just this hail. The hail is kind of like interfering with the velocities right now. So that's what's happening down that direction. But we do have a new warning for ping pong ball size tail down that direction. Our largest hailstorm is probably this one south of Seneca right now. That's at least ping pong ball, if not maybe a little bit larger. That's awesome, Angel. I'm glad to hear. Glad to hear that. Hey, Kim, how you doing? Welcome back. I'm doing well, Roblox. How about you? Hope you get better, by the way. Oh, sorry, Teddy. I missed your question. If there was one piece of advice you could give to people who want to get into meteorology, what would you... and do what you do, what would it be? What fields are you going into? Or what field do you want to get into? That's kind of my question for you. That kind of gives you, that kind of determines what answer I'm going to give you. Because there's different fields in meteorology. I mean, there's the private sector, there's the broadcast sector, that's what I'm doing right now. You know, there's the National Weather Service, that sort of thing. Storm chasing, there's a lot of sectors in meteorology. EJ, how you doing? Welcome back. Can't talk. Didn't Vivian get grapefruit-sized tail before? I have no clue. Maybe one time, but this storm only produced maybe at the most ping pong ball-sized tail there. There was a 61-mile-per-hour wind gust there. 1 second. All right. Hey, Teresa, anything in Alabama? Basically just strong storms at the most. Nothing else beyond that, though. No severe weather is expected for you. Kim, there has been one confirmed landspout so far today. A landspout tornado is over in near the Denver International Airport over in Colorado earlier. So that was about a couple hours ago. We've at least had one tornado today. That was on the ground for 7 minutes. Broadcasting. Really the only advice I can give to you if you're trying to get into meteorology in terms of like, you know, broadcasting, join some, like try to find if you know, a summer camp or something like that. I don't know what grade you're in, but you know, try to find a summer camp. That was kind of how I started with a lot of it. Watch, you know, the Weather Channel a lot, or watch a channel that just gives you like a very detailed explanation into what everything means. Weather Decoded, even his really old forecast, he has not made a forecast recently, but Weather Decoded gives some pretty good explanations as well into certain things. I don't really explain everything. I do explain some stuff. I'm not kind of like the educational channel in terms of weather, but I know I give a little bit here and there, but I recommend those couple of things. And also, you know, practice making forecasts, even if it's in front of your TV while, you know, somebody on the Weather Channel is doing something, or, you know, even on your computer. Those are good ways to do it too. Practice communication. It's kind of the big things. I'm glad, EJ. I'm glad. Appreciate you watching my streams. Thank you, George, for subscribing. Those are my couple of suggestions. I have a clip somewhere. I don't know where it is, but I have a whole clip of me talking about that stuff. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning for a considerable threat over near Millette, Warner, Stratford, Brentford, as well as Condi. These areas for 70-mile-per-hour damaging winds and ping pong ball-sized hail. Again, a brand new severe thunderstorm warning here. And that does include a pretty decent area here near Highway 281. This is, again, the cell that I was talking about before that has been strengthening. And here is the downburst winds that we're talking about. These are your high downburst winds in here near Highway 281. Definitely going to be at least 60 miles per hour. That wind gust threat will also probably increase as that continues to develop over the next several minutes. But high downburst winds expected with that storm as of right now, as it moves down to the really, I think it's going kind of west right now. That's where the outflow boundary at least is going. It might be moving northeast, but outflow boundary currently moving west. We got another cell now developing near Chelsea, so a lot more storm activity seems to be developing as of right now with these cells. And by the way, we are currently at 10 severe thunderstorm warnings. You're now up to 10. Number is probably going to drop here in a second. Miranda, we're currently in South Dakota. We're watching anywhere in the northern plains tonight for the most part. Hey, Penny, how you doing? Back. I know, Michael, it's brutal. There's actually a potential, I kind of said it already a little bit earlier, but we might actually have our first tropical storm or hurricane of August pretty soon. There's going to be a potential tropical wave coming off of Africa that's going to develop. I don't know if it's ever going to get to Texas, but just something to keep in mind. Again, I'll have a forecast probably on that tomorrow. Yeah, I got you, Teddy. Yeah, if you're not into communication and whatnot, I recommend that you, maybe kind of look into maybe the National Weather Service or even a private sector. There's a lot of opportunities in the private sector nowadays. Hey, Unusual, how you doing? Welcome back. Hey, Virginia, how you doing? Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Yeah. See if Jaws comes back. You never know. Numbers we at right now. 281. Okay. All right, back to the stream. I'm surprised you're surprised I'm live. I didn't make a forecast today, and there's a pretty decent severe weather event going on. I mean, these are actually these are more severe storms that we're seeing right now than what we saw like a couple days ago. We do have a new severe thunderstorm warning for Fargo, by the way, for 60-mile-per-hour damaging winds and quarter-sized hail here near Highway 52. New update. Brand new update there near Fargo, Prairie Rose. So that's going to be going toward Glyden and as well as Hawley. Again, 60-mile-per-hour winds, quarter-sized hail. Brand new severe thunderstorm warning for those in Fargo. Obviously, it's a bit more of a populated area. So definitely a little bit of quarter-sized hail there ongoing. And we got more cells actually developing up here almost in western and northwestern portions of Minnesota as well. All right, let's go back down to this storm for now. Again, we got another cell down back to the southwest of this. We'll go to this one for right now. I don't think Jaws is here, guys. Bismarck, probably not. Bismarck shouldn't see much. If you see anything, it's just gonna be rain. But I think you have more sinking air right now, so it's gonna be pretty difficult for you to see any rain to begin with. A lot of rising air in these areas where we have outflow boundaries and whatnot. So I just said this on Discord, by the way, but I do have a special announcement. I might make it tonight. If we hit 300 members, which is probably not going to happen, but if we ever were to tonight, I will make the announcement early. If I don't announce it tonight, I have no clue when I will, but just a heads up. We have a little announcement coming pretty soon. It's kind of a big announcement. It's something that a lot of people have been asking for, so big announcement. Over here near Vivian, by the way, a new report, a semi-jackknifed... what's this? What? Semi-jackknifed. What's that mean? Is that a word? On southbound US 83 from strong winds. I'm assuming it means that a semi-truck flipped or something. A semi-jackknifed. Is that some sort of term that I've never heard of before? But apparently that happened over there near Highway 83. I mentioned that earlier. It's a bit more of a populated area where a lot of trucks and whatnot drive. So, unfortunately, a high wind gust obviously blew over a semi-truck over there. Hey, Kat, how you doing? Okay, is jackknife a word that I've never heard of before? Oh, I don't feel like I've ever heard the word jackknifed in terms of a truck flipping over before. By the way, this warning's been condensed. It is still for 60 to 70 mile per hour damaging winds and hen egg sized hail. I don't think there's much hen egg sized hail here anymore. I think it's more of a damaging wind threat. You can see here's the outflow boundary as of right now. Again, currently moving off to the north. Oh, that's what we're looking at as of right now. Again, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning up in Fargo for 60 mile per hour damaging winds and quarter sized hail along with that. So definitely some severe weather ongoing as of right now. Virginia, you're good. No problem at all. Thank you for videos for subscribing. Appreciate it. It's a big announcement. I'm not going to give any spoilers, but it is a big announcement. I think a lot of people will be excited about it. Oh, okay. I gotcha. Okay, so I semi-jackknifed, which I've never heard of this term before. But let's picture a truck. Like, let me get a little bit of yellow here. This is what it looks like. So here's your truck. And then here's like your car. It's kind of, the car's kind of facing this way. It's kind of like bent back, you know? This is like the front of the car. That sort of thing. That's what a jackknife truck means. Again, that's what happened over in Vivian. Oh, that's just, again, another update on that is right now. Again, a jackknife truck. Interestingly enough. Small hints on the announcement. I'm not giving any hints. No hints, no hints. The announcement honestly isn't even done yet. You know, I kind of said that, but the announcement really is not done yet. Which is kind of funny. I kind of forgot to finish it. Well, I didn't forget to finish it. It's just I've been doing it all day actually today. I'm not going to say what it is, but I've been working on it all day today. Thank you, Patricia. Yeah, that's I've never heard of a jackknife truck before. This is the first time, so interesting. By the way, currently ongoing here near Highway 281. There is definitely a hail core developing here near Highway 281. We got a couple of them. One southwest of Warner, one directly south of Warner. So we do have a couple of them ongoing as of right now here near Highway 281. Let's go over to the hail radar. We'll take a look in the latest radar scans and take a look what the actual hailstone size is. The warning is currently for ping pong ball size. It does not seem like we have any recent hail updates on this cell yet, but we probably will here in a second. So we'll wait a couple of scans here and see what happens. Hey, Evan, how you doing? Evan is busy door dashing. That's why he's not here. Hey, I'm happy about that, Joss. I'm probably not really ready for the announcement anyways, but if we do get to, 300 memberships tonight, never know. I'll have to make it regardless if we do get there, but it's not really fully finished. Evan. Okay, maybe Evan's not modding. He just deleted his message. I mean, who are you talking about? Oh, Sky Native. It was insane last night. It was insane. Why don't I use different radars? What do you mean by that, Ryan? Do you mean like velocities, like changing into different stuff? I do that quite often, but I don't know if you're talking about like actual like radar applications, because the one I'm using right now has, the velocities, the radar, whatnot. I do change a lot. I mean, one of the coolest things with this one is you can look at the infrared imagery. Let's take off the radar. And we were doing this last night. This is so cool to watch. This is the last couple of hours with how storms have just blown up here. The infrared imagery. It's so cool to see how these cloud tops just blow up. Yeah, pretty impressive. Pretty impressive to say the least. We have that one slow-moving area of storms down here too, west of Winter. It's pretty impressive over here. I love looking at that. I mean, it's so satisfying. Let me turn this off. Back over to the live radar. This is definitely impressive cell though here. Southwest of Warner, it's definitely producing some pretty large hail here. Yeah, I gotta do that more often in my streams. I don't usually use the infrared imagery on my live streams, but more infrared. More infrared imagery is the coolest thing to look at. I quite often look at it on Pivotal Weather because they have it on there. but obviously I don't ever use it on here up until now. This is a look at the visible satellite as well. It's not nearly as good on this software. You can kind of see it over here, more cloud cover. There's nothing over here because obviously the sun's setting, but it's a little bit cool. It's not the best on here. Here's the water vapor. So you can see all the water vapor. Look at this dry sector of air. You can just see it all throughout the Midwest and whatnot. Again, here's where we have our stationary boundary kind of going down. That's why we have all that storm activity here. And that's why we have all of this sinking air while all the air is rising over here. So it's quite interesting. Back over here, obviously, we have a lot more of this rain, and you can see all the rain and all the moisture right now in the Rocky Mountains and whatnot. So, and obviously all the storms developing right now too. And here's a look at the near infrared. We got a couple things on here. That's cool. We do have a brand new severe thunderstorm warning for Ipswich as well as Cresbard, Roscoe, all included for 70-mile-per-hour damaging winds and as well as hen-egg-sized hail. Right, I agree. Yeah, that's why I don't advertise what I have. A lot of people ask me. I don't recommend it. It's so glitchy. Missed some pretty good storms in New York yesterday. I saw that, Jeff. Yeah, there was crazy storms yesterday too. I went live for the tail end of some of the storms, but that was about it. There was a lot of storms though yesterday. Jaws wasn't even subbed? What do you mean? You have to be subscribed to actually chat. By the way, for those that keep asking about North Carolina, there's nothing severe going on. There's maybe a couple of isolated strong storms, but nothing beyond that. So unless there's something severe ongoing, we're not going to really check it. We got to really focus more on these storms, though, that are more severe. Because, again, these are the ones producing the significant hail as of right now, and also the damaging winds. These are actually some of the more significant severe weather that we've seen in last several weeks. We haven't seen severe weather to this magnitude in terms of both hail and damaging winds with several storms. I mean, we currently have 70-mile-per-hour storms ongoing. We got hail as high as hen eggs right now ongoing. Hail core currently with this cell is near Cresbard, just south of there, near South 20. Got another one over near Highway 281, south of Warner here in South Dakota. So there's a lot of severe weather ongoing over here. And obviously we got a big warning that has just been issued. And we also got one up near Fargo. We got one down here south of Pierre. So there's a lot of severe weather ongoing. So I'm primarily going to be focusing on this right now. Thank you, Vintage, as well as Kid Lee, for subscribing. Appreciate it. Welcome. You hope we hit 300 members on Discord. We currently have 350 total Discord members. Not like actual memberships, but Discord members. Why do I feel like a membership storm is brewing? I don't think Jaws is going to go crazy like he did the other night, or last night. Last night was so crazy to begin with. Here's another traffic cam view, by the way, over in South Dakota. This is in Miranda as well. Very nice. Obviously a lot of clouds. You can barely see the bright. I don't think you guys can even see it, but it's very stark skies. Obviously, storm is rolling in over there in Miranda. That's again in that's basically southern South Dakota. Awesome. Yeah, make sure to join our Discord. I'll link it back in our chat, by the way. Again, Nightbot will post it, so you can join our Discord server for anybody that's in this live stream. Look at the live chat and make sure to check out the link that Nightbot posted if you want to join our Discord server. Again, you can talk to us off the stream and whatnot. Linda, nothing for St. Louis tonight. Man, I don't expect any severe weather down that direction either tomorrow. I got you, Reed. No problem at all. Yeah, Discord's it's a newer app. It's not, to me at least, it feels a bit new. By the way, here's the outflow boundary. We got a couple of them here, but we got the one that got shot off by this cell here that's moving off to the northeast. So we got a couple of outflow boundaries going as of right now. We also looks like got another one right here. We got outflow boundaries basically everywhere with these storms. And again, we're going to see a significant amount of storms develop over the next couple of hours. We're really, again, not at the peak. We still got much more severe weather to really develop over the next couple of hours. It's going to be, again, a very active evening, to say the least. Aberdeen, as of right now, not seeing much. Most of the storm activity is currently down to the south, but we will probably see these areas of storms kind of fill in up here pretty soon. Again, I do think that not the entire severe weather watch, but probably about 60 to 70% of it will see rain to some extent, and there will be a lot of lightning too. So it's gonna again be a very active evening. Check the storm going west of Aberdeen. Let me take a look. It's actually, this storm is currently estimating winds around 80 miles per hour. Now, the thing is, it estimates that. We haven't had any confirmation of winds even at 60 yet. We just haven't had any reports in this area. So it's kind of hard to determine if we've actually had winds this high, but I wouldn't be surprised if we're looking at least 70. It is warned currently for 70 mile per hour damaging winds, but the storm as of right now is peaking, it looks like at least around 80. So we are looking at some fairly high winds here on the leading edge of the cell. So, I mean, again, it's a few hundred feet off the ground. Keep that in mind, but that's definitely some fairly high winds. No problem, Linda. No problem at all. What's the most severe weather that you've seen? You mean in a given stream? I mean, we've had as many as 26 severe thunderstorm warnings before, but we've had some pretty crazy events even with less warnings. But obviously the warnings are typically larger or they're more intense. I mean, the one that we had the other day, there was like 26 severe thunderstorm warnings, but not a single one had winds beyond 60 miles per hour. Most of them were warned for 60 miles per hour and quarter-sized hail or less. For comparison, though, we could have a severe weather event like this one, for example, where we have, let's see, 4 warnings currently across, South Dakota and Minnesota. We're going to see more, obviously, soon, but 4 warnings across these few states, and these are more significant. So there's a lot more to talk about when we have more significant severe weather like this in comparison to just a 60 mile per hour severe storm and quarter-sized hail, because these ones do a lot more damage and whatnot. So, hey, gaming, how you doing? Yeah, there's outflow boundaries everywhere. They're also clashing. Yeah, interesting. Definitely very very interesting. What's going on down here? This looks like kind of like a little weird hook trying to develop here. It's not really a hook, but it's kind of interesting. This isn't like, tornadic sort of situation, but that looks pretty cool. Hey, Jackson, how you doing? Welcome back. Yes, Squidward, they can. They do occasionally. Thank you, okay, as well as Daniel, and All Life, thanks for subscribing. I appreciate it. Welcome, guys. Thank you. You wear the hook. It's not really much of a hook. Again, no panic about it, but it's definitely interesting. Yeah, if you're just tuning in, hit the like button down below. Helps our page out a lot. Again, it's free to do. Just click the little thumbs up. Helps our page out a lot. Would appreciate it. All right. You just had a pillow explode in the dryer. Who puts a pillow in the dryer? What? Never heard of that before. Let me go over to the hail radar, by the way. I haven't looked at that here in a second. This is a look at the hail ongoing with this cell here. And it's actually estimated to be potentially hen egg-sized hail, maybe even a little bit larger than that. And the estimates are actually as high as tennis ball-sized hail. So, interestingly enough, we have a little bit, maybe some tennis ball-sized hail with this storm as of right now. At least in the latest couple of scans. That's at least what we're seeing as of now, south of Cresbard. So, I mean, as of right now, it is currently warned for hen egg size, but definitely could be a little bit higher than that. And also, the other storm is also producing around hen egg size, potentially, with this little cell over here. So, definitely some large hail. It may have shrunk a little bit, but... Man, what is up with us doing this tennis ball thing? I think adding the tennis ball emoji was probably one of the dumbest things I've ever done. It all started with Jaws. Thank you, Skylark, for the $5 super chat. Hey, I appreciate that, Skylark. Hope you're doing well. Appreciate the super chat. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Brian, yeah, I have a little bit. I kind of like this one. It's kind of situational. Try a different one. I've actually not really tried any beyond. I've tried them, but I haven't really done much beyond what I've done before. This is another map that we could use for reference, guys. Like I'm only on one map, but this is kind of another one. Just looks a little bit more gray and stuff. There's a default one. High imagery. High imagery looks kind of cool. It's a little more. It's a little bit more shiny. A little bit more shiny. Terrain performance. This is just a bunch of gray stuff. All right, nice. Yeah, but I kind of like mine. I like this one. I think overall it's better just for seeing locations and stuff. Chug water. I don't know why I added a chug water emoji. Thank you again, Skylark. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Hope you're doing good. Why am I never paying attention until Max says my name? Did I even say your name? Over in Falkton, by the way, we had an estimate dime to nickel sized hail and winds around 50 miles per hour. So that was at 6:50 about half an hour ago. Obviously, this storm very well may be producing higher winds. It's just very hard to determine. We haven't had any reports beyond that one. So the warning actually just got updated. So it's now down to 60 mile per hour winds and as well as hen egg sized hail. So the hen egg sized hail threat is still in play right now. Thank you, Cheryl, for subscribing. I appreciate it. Hey, Frankie, how you doing? Welcome back. Thank you, thank you. Only 77 subscribers from 15,500. Hey, Brian, if you message me your website, I'll look into it. Message me with one of the links down below. Hey, no problem, Virginia. See you again soon. Appreciate you stopping by. All right. This. All right. I'm trying to do this real quick. Hey, stay safe, Geese. Stay safe. There's definitely some severe weather over here, though. This is definitely the most significant severe weather that we have ongoing as of right now. Man, I didn't even realize this, but apparently YouTube, you can pop out your chat room. And this just made it so much easier to see chat. There we go. Oh my god. I can actually see chat now. Hi, how's everybody doing? Alright. Moved to Cleveland. Nice. Cleveland's actually had some decent severe weather recently. And the only thing I ever talk about when people move and stuff is just about severe weather. So, basically, I know there's been some pretty decent severe weather over there recently. Thanks, Deanna, by the way. Appreciate it. Thank you. Well, no, I could see you guys before. Just like the chat wasn't. It was really small. Actually, kind of big now, though. But this is the only problem is I'm gonna have to look at the other thing. Let me go over to how many warnings we have as of right now. We currently have 5 severe thunderstorm warnings, so we've actually dropped from 8 down to 5. Obviously, most of them as of right now in South Dakota. We have 4. We actually have 3 in South Dakota. We still have 1 over in Fargo. This warning is still for 60 mile per hour winds and quarter-sized hail. I don't think the storm has been that impressive, though. It hasn't been the most impressive storm that we've seen. But currently near Glendon, as well as west of Hawley, moving off to the east at about 30 miles per hour. Again, it's producing 60 mile per hour winds, quarter-sized hail, just east of Fargo. So it's, again, western portions of Minnesota as of right now. Jackson, we have a big announcement. So if we hit 300 members, as I said before, it's on the table. If we hit 300 members tonight, I'll make the announcement early. A big announcement. Again, I've been working on it actually all day today. Maybe Mystic, maybe. Might do that a little bit more in the future, too. I also might do, like, some GeoGuessr member-only streams, too, or something like that. Some interactive streams for members. Can I give you one clue? No, I'm not giving you any clues. Because if I don't get it, I have nothing that is... It's not completely done yet, so I can't really even give any clues. New mesoscale discussion? Alright, let me take a look. Thank you for letting me know. I don't see it. Unless, it might not be on the Storm Prediction Center site yet, but I don't see it yet. Hey, Jackson, nobody's forcing you to do. No, don't worry about it. If you can't do it, don't do it. No problem at all. I'm honestly fine with nobody gifting members tonight, or even us getting to 300 members, because I'm not really prepared for the announcement. I mean, I could still do it, but it's not 100% done. What I'm trying to do. Hey, Monty, how you doing? Welcome back. Why is for tomorrow? Why is the threat not as pronounced? Tomorrow is not going to be much of any threat. It's going to be really just widely. It's not going to be very organized. It's going to be a fairly unorganized severe weather event tomorrow. So it's not going to be much of anything tomorrow, in my opinion. I think it'll be pretty minimal overall. All right, let's go over to the hail radar I was going to show you on this one, because this looks to be a little bit of a hail core here near Groton. Yeah, we got a little bit of quarter-sized, half-dollar-sized hail currently ongoing south of Highway 12. So a little bit of hail ongoing here. Definitely a storm to watch pretty closely. That actually seems to be a growing hail core. Look at this thing. This probably is actually larger than that. I'm thinking it's possibly at least or at least a ping pong ball, if not golf ball sized hail here. Definitely an interesting storm here. It's a $500 limit per day on gifting memberships, really? More than that last night? Yeah, this is a large hail core, though, that we're looking at here. Yeah, as of right now, it's warned for 70-mile-per-hour damaging winds and ping pong ball-sized hail, so impressive storm here. This is currently in South Dakota. Most of the storms that we have that are severe are currently in South Dakota, too, so we're looking at as of right now. We do currently have 5 severe thunderstorm warnings. Again, I think three of them are currently in South Dakota, 1 up in Minnesota. I didn't even know that was a thing, Jaws. Thank you, Nick, by the way, for subscribing. I appreciate it. Thank you. $75-mile-per-hour damaging wind report down here. I'll have to wait when it comes in, but apparently we had a 75-mile-per-hour damaging wind gust down here on the southern storm. That's what Slippy's saying in chat. Jackson, are you on mobile or on desktop? Because if you're on desktop, that's the only way you can do it, but you click the little money symbol. If you're on mobile, you cannot give memberships. You have to actually be on a computer to do it. And you have to also be a member, for those that are wondering. You wish we're moving through Bismarck? Yeah, I don't think Bismarck's going to see this tonight. I think it's primarily going to stay off to your east, honestly. But we got a decent hail core here. We're probably going to get a new warning here pretty shortly for this storm. I call things all the time. But we do have a new warning for 60-mile-per-hour damaging winds and as well as ping pong ball-sized hail. Again, this is not a scripted show. But this is moving off to the east-northeast toward Groton. And again, close to Andover. That is, again, moving off to the east-northeast. Mystic, that just sounds like a fantastic deal. That's all I gotta say. That'll be going on my second channel. My timing is insane, isn't it? It's actually so crazy. Ninja, nah. Nothing in terms of tornado threat. Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A's not bad. Hey, Virginia. How's it going? Hey, Douglas. Welcome back. How you doing? Is Jaws here? Jaws has been here. He's been here. Hey, Dan. How you doing? Welcome. Hope you're doing well. You're $1 short on what? Well, on gifting memberships? You can always gift less too if you really want to support the page, but don't try to gift memberships if you're not able to. Can't afford it. Nobody forcing you to do it. Okay, so we do have a new wind gust report coming in, by the way, at 7 o'clock in Vivian of 75 miles per hour. So this is down in Vivian, a very high wind gust. As I said before, again, the reason why I went live today is because we actually do have that potential for some pretty high winds and whatnot. The latest wind gust report is 75 miles per hour here in near Vivian. Again, this is from very heavy rainfall, also with these storms, with water filling up in ditches in the town, and power is also out apparently in Vivian. So that's our latest update. Again, radar estimated time, 75-mile-per-hour winds. We actually do have a flash flood warning now ongoing for Draper and Vivian, and that goes along with all the 28 total flash flood warnings that we currently have. So, wow, that's insane. 75 miles per hour on that storm. Pretty incredible storm down that direction. Back up here near Aberdeen as of right now, back over toward Groton. This storm again is producing some very large hail, like very well could potentially be even a little bit larger than ping pong ball size, but that is currently moving off to the east-northeast near Groton as of right now, in Highway 12 and as well as 37. Moving off to the east-northeast and northeast as of right now. By the way, thank you, Dan, for subscribing. Appreciate it. Let me go over to here. We do have a new mesoscale discussion. This just came in. So as of right now, sounds like we're going to see more storm activity. Yeah, more severe storms are probably going to start developing over the next couple of hours. That's kind of what the mesoscale discussion says, which makes sense. Again, we have a lot of the daylight heating is obviously going to be coming to an end pretty soon, but we're going to see a lot of, storms developing over the next couple of hours, all because of that instability that we have. We have like 3,000 joules per kilogram right now for instability. A lot tonight. And so falls nothing for you, Sarah. Nothing for you in terms of severe weather. Nothing for you tonight. Hey, Lemur, how you doing? Welcome back. You're doing well. I mean, we technically don't need 20 gifted members if you just want to become a member. You never know. Could always get there, but I'm not forcing it. I honestly am fine with us not getting to that tonight because I do want to kind of perfect the announcement, but all I gotta say is it's a big announcement. Big announcement. Probably the biggest announcement I think we've ever had. I'm in Delaware. Am I getting severe weather? Nope, nothing for you, Guy. If anything, isolated strong, maybe isolated severe storm, but nothing beyond that. I don't expect you to get much more beyond an isolated storm with 60-mile-per-hour winds, but it'll be extremely isolated. But by the way, we will be getting our next Storm Prediction Center outlook within the next 30 minutes. So stay tuned. I don't know if anything's going to change, but we'll have to wait and see. Here's your outflow boundary, by the way. Very impressive outflow boundary here. And here's a look back over at the infrared imagery. Take off the radar here for a second. I love looking at this without it on. This is a look at the last several minutes and the storms blowing up across the area. Over the last couple of hours, actually, not minutes. I should do a stream where I pronounce town names. That would be a disaster. That'd be a disaster. I think I know what the announcement is. Hey, feel free to put guesses in the chat. I'm not going to answer anybody, or I'm not going to give you a smirk if I look at it, but if you have any guesses, feel free to put them in the chat. I don't know if anybody really knows what it is. Thank you, Jason and Lyle, for subscribing. Appreciate it. Hey, Aiden, welcome back. Yeah, this is so cool watching the infrared imagery just blow up like this and with the clouds and whatnot. Back up here near Fargo, you can kind of start to see a couple of those storms developing. And here's your outflow boundary, by the way. You can clearly see it being shot up this direction too. Here, that's your sinking air here. Your sinking air, it's all sinking air here. Or, excuse me, not sinking air, rising air. All in these areas. You got your sinking air kind of out here as well. Not a whole lot of cloud development up that direction. So a lot of rising air here with all the outflow boundaries and whatnot, creating the storm activity that we're currently seeing. Yeah, it's very interesting. And this is a storm near Groton as of right now, producing 60-mile-per-hour winds and ping pong ball sized hail. Hey, Gabe, I'm doing well. How about you? Yes, the announcement is actually, this is the spoiler. It's Jaws, Squidward, and me all playing tennis. A tennis match. No, I'm kidding. Tyler, I have no clue. I don't know if he'll ever do that. That'd be cool though. But I don't think he's gonna do that. IRL tennis match, imagine. Your very own storm chasing vehicle. Guys, I wish I even made that much to ever do that. I wish I mean, it's just not possible. I really want, you know, maybe one day, but it's not even close to that right now. Oh, that was your guess. Oh, yeah, I wish, Tyler. That would have been a good one. That would have been a good one. That was nowhere close, though. Those are the only two I'm answering. Other than that, I'm not going to answer any of these other crazy guesses that we probably get. Here's a look, by the way, over in east of Chamberlain, by the way. Another camera view. It's kind of night. It looks like a nighttime thing, but here's your rain coming down. This is at 7:30. So about now. Did this just come in? Ballistic, are you going in the future? What's going on here? You posted the thing on Discord at 7:21 Central Time. It's currently 7:34. How in the world is it 7:34 on this? I don't know if I'm losing my mind, but that was interesting. Sam, it basically measures how high cloud tops are, and it kind of measures the temperature. So when you kind of see like the reds and, you know, whites and pinks and stuff like that kind of pop up on the infrared imagery, it represents like how cold the cloud tops are, which helps to kind of determine how high the cloud tops are as well. So it's kind of what it measures. Now, the visible imagery helps you determine what the cloud type is. Now, the infrared imagery, or not the infrared, the visible satellite imagery on this is not very good. It really stinks. So I can't really tell you what the cloud types are. I mean, we could tell you that these are all cumulonimbus, but, you know, if we're looking at a certain area where, like, just say a high pressure system is there, and we're trying to determine what the cloud type is, you'd have to actually look at a better visible satellite imagery. This is not going to show you that, but this one does show a very good infrared imagery. It says 8:21 for me. Image said I think Holistic is actually a time traveler. I think we have an actual time traveler in the making here. Any storms for Canada? I have no clue. I don't really do Canada weather. I apologize. Mainly United States right now. Maybe one day, but not right now. We are currently at 6 severe thunderstorm warnings, by the way. We currently have 4 ongoing, and we actually have new hail reports coming in. We're going to get to those here briefly in a second. Back up near Fargo, we have new reports coming in of quarter-sized hail in Moorhead. That is just on the outskirts of Fargo. That's, again, a pretty populated area back up in North Dakota. Most recent reports of quarter-sized hail in Mansfield, along with Mansfield, both of those areas, in Spring County, South Dakota. And a recent report in Groton of half-dollar sized hail in Brown County, South Dakota. So brand new reports coming in there in terms of hail. And that's, again, the storm that's currently warned for hen egg sized hail. Actually, this warning got upgraded to hen egg size now, but I do think the hail's starting to weaken a little bit here. Dusk, all I can tell you is there's not going to be really any severe weather. Should be a little bit cooler too. Tank overall chance is very low of tornadoes today, but we've already seen one land spout tornado down in near the Denver International Airport in Colorado today. That was actually 2 to 3 hours ago now, but that was on the ground for about 7 minutes. Thank you, Sam, for subscribing. Appreciate it. Yeah, maybe a little bit cooler. I don't know if there's gonna be much beyond that though. At least for Michigan. The 6 to 10 day outlook for temperatures is basically above average all across the northern and central plains. The 8 to 14 day outlook is basically the same thing. The only area that might be a bit cooler or below average will be Arizona, most likely. Where is this? This is currently South Dakota. The state thing is not changed. Let me change it. I wish I could literally just put the states and stuff on my screen, but it's so difficult to do that. I have to change it every like 2 seconds. All right, I put it on there. State thing should be changed. All right. Have fun, Robbie. Have fun with that. Those are fun. I love doing those classes. Any class in general. Meteorology classes are pretty fun, unless it's involving a lot of math. Check winds near Andover. Are you talking about this storm here? The storm I'm on right now. And it looks like the velocities are currently glitched on this, but let me go over to the other one here. I think it might be glitched on this latest scan. The wind's back over here near, this is the 60-mile-per-hour storm near 12. They're around 65 potentially right now on this storm. But other than that, the cell here is not estimating winds on this latest scan. This looks like the velocities may have glitched out a little bit, so we'll have to wait a second. Yeah, I'm planning on making the announcement. If we don't get to 300 members tonight, I may announce it next week, but we'll see. It's like kind of complete. It's just like the only thing is I haven't finished everything. Oh, Robbie, no, I'm already doing that, so. How many members? We need 19. 19 total. That's it. The number, by the way, is at the top or the top right, the very top right of the screen. Jaws, technically tonight. Because if it's not tonight, I might even make it as, I might make the announcement soon, I don't know. But the offer's only for tonight. Otherwise, I'm just gonna I'll probably make it at some point early next week, or maybe mid next week. We'll see what happens. I've been working all day today, so. What's up with all the... I don't know why we got a tennis ball emoji. Well, opinion on tennis balls. I don't know why we even did that. Thank you for subscribing, by the way. Appreciate it. Actually, for those that are members, by the way, we do have now 5 new emojis because of Jaws. We have 5 new ones that you may have not already seen, so a bunch of new ones there. Is the weather tomorrow going to be good? I mean, I don't know what you consider good. There's going to be probably a decent amount of rain tomorrow. There won't probably be a whole lot of severe weather, though. The only severe weather is going to be in the Midwest. It's not going to be much, though. Midwest and, like, Central Plains. It's going to be from, like, Nebraska through Wisconsin. It's not going to be much. Isolated, damaging winds, maybe. We do have an update near Felton, by the way. A new severe thunderstorm warning for 60-mile-per-hour winds and a little bit of quarter-sized hail. Our new update. Hey, Quad, how you doing? Welcome back. By the way, Quad is a VIP chaser on our YouTube channel. He is one of 2. Our highest tier membership. Big commitment. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Get my water. Yeah, Jaws. I think it's something around there because we need 22 new, or I think we need 20 new members now for a new emoji. Boom. Radar has either glitched out or something. Radar has disappeared. Looks like the radar site is updating now. Let's go back over to the one down here briefly. We have actually more wind reports coming in down this direction. We have wind damage reports actually coming in now down over in the Vivian area. So many tree limbs are down, 3 to 4 inches of rain, and small hail has fallen in Vivian. Obviously, this is the area where we did see a 75-mile-per-hour wind gust. So something to kind of keep in mind. Again, a semi-truck was jackknifed on southbound US 83 from strong winds earlier as well. We had a 62-mile-per-hour wind gust, a 61, and again a 75 is what we've seen so far on those storms. Let's go back up here. Hopefully the radar is fixed again. Yeah, it's back. So again, our most potent storm right now is the one that's recently developed. It's over now near Langford and Pier Point currently. That's where we're at as right now. No problem, Aiden. Appreciate you stopping by and tuning in. Jaws, 19 more until the announcement. If we get 19 members tonight, I'll do an announcement. But I think it's 20 or 22. Let me look. We need 20. No, we need 19 actually. Yeah. So I guess when we hit 300 members, we also get a new emoji. Kind of weird. I'm back over to here. Look at the 3-day outlook. Yeah, I already saw it. The day 3 outlook is insane. It has a lot of severe weather on it. Have you already seen it? Let me show you guys. An insane day 3 coming up. This is a look. Now, honestly, with how big this area is, though, it's a really huge area for ordinary storms. We probably will see some sort of marginal threat somewhere in here. It's bound to happen. I mean, you see it. It goes all the way up from Maine through Florida, through Texas to Arizona. I mean, the only areas it doesn't include is extreme northern plains and the West. It's such a weird area. It's so weird. I almost guarantee we will have a marginal threat of severe weather somewhere on for Sunday. John, it's not to give you hints or anything, but if you go to if you have another YouTube account, you might be able to do it if you really wanted to. I don't know if it works like that. Thank you, Angelica, as well as Drew, by the way, for subscribing. Appreciate it, guys. Well. Someone please. Hey, we don't need to make the announcement tonight. It's all right. Hey, thank you, K-Man. By the way, welcome back. You're doing well. Oh, Jaws, you know what that probably is? You have to be subscribed and be a member. That's what it is. You have to be a member. Yep, you're correct. Yep. That's the thing. That's what, on Twitch, it's different. I know some people think you can just be a follower and do it, but yeah, you have to actually be a member to gift memberships, which makes sense. All right, let me go over to the hail radar again. Let me take a look at what the storm looks like. This is near Langford and Pier Point right now. The latest hail scans, by the way, over in Grafton, which is where we had a $half sized hail report. That's where it was estimated. It was estimated $half size. Right after that, the latest updates right after that, recently it's back down to potentially hen egg sized or golf ball size. Right here north of Highway 12, it was right at about tennis ball sized hail. So we were definitely looking at a little bit of tennis ball sized hail there near Grafton. So quite interesting that, you know, obviously a pretty large hail core there potentially developed there briefly, at least west of Pier Point as well as northwest of Andover. Obviously kind of a big thing there that unfolded there. But obviously right now it's currently going toward Langford and Pier Point as of right now, moving off to the northeast. Yes, Gabe, there was a landspout on the ground for 7 minutes. Thank you, Crystal, for becoming a VIP Chaser. Oh my lord, Crystal, becoming a VIP Chaser member, which again is that's our third ever VIP Chaser member. Let's get some claps in the chat and tennis balls in the chat for that. Again, that is a huge commitment to our YouTube channel, helps our page out a lot. I really do appreciate you, Crystal, for becoming a VIP Chaser member. Thank you very much. Hey Matthew, how you doing? Welcome back. Appreciate that a lot. Thank you very much. Matthew, I remember you. I remember basically everybody. All right. As of right now, as I mentioned before, ongoing severe thunderstorm warning, 60-mile-per-hour winds and hen egg-sized hail currently ongoing over here, going toward Langford. Also back out here to the west, west of Aberdeen as of right now. This storm is currently now a new severe thunderstorm warning. The warning is only for a quarter-sized hail. I can't rule out a little bit larger hail there, but as of right now, that is near Highway 12 right now. Moving off to the northeast, it is also producing the potential for 60-mile-per-hour damaging winds. So that's moving off to the northeast. Definitely a storm to watch pretty closely. And that is currently moving off to the northeast near Highway 12 and going toward Westport. Let me put a timing guide on this one. Obviously, these storms have been very sporadic. They've been kind of all over the place. We do have a brand new severe thunderstorm warning that's just been issued for Aberdeen, just east of Aberdeen, near Highway 12 as well, going towards Columbia. This is a brand new warning for 70-mile-per-hour winds, as well as nickel-sized hail. Let's hop over to the timing. Let's kind of put a timing guide on these. But again, brand new severe thunderstorm warning there. That is, again, for the potential for 70-mile-per-hour damaging winds. Here's a look at the track on this. Moving off to the north. I can't get a track on this. I gotta zoom out a little bit. This is about 36 miles per hour. We'll go ahead and put it at, actually, no, it's about 20. I think it's about 30. We'll go with 30 for now. So on this specific storm, Westport, probably right around 810. Frederick, 833. Hecla, right around 855. Ludden, right around 912. And Oaks, gonna be right around 929. Again, we currently have 4 severe thunderstorm warnings ongoing. I actually have one down in the south, so technically 5 here in South Dakota. But as of right now, 70-mile-per-hour damaging windstorm currently now ongoing, going towards the radar site in Aberdeen. Hopefully that radar site does not get damaged either. Definitely be something to watch pretty closely. Hey, Vicky, how you doing? Welcome back. Cash, it's just kind of how I wanted to do it. I just paint it red. It's kind of personal preference. I can change it if I want, but I have not changed it. Thank you, James, for becoming a Storm Chaser member as well. I appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate it. Hey, Roblox, how you doing? Welcome back. Again, I do appreciate Crystal for becoming a VIP Chaser. Again, huge commitment to the channel. Really do appreciate that. And again, I appreciate you, James, for becoming a Chaser. Appreciate it. Thank you. Everybody knows your name. I mean, it was all from last night. Kind of funny. I recommend Radar Scope or My Radar. Thanks. Gotta make the announcement. James with the 20 gifted memberships, and I'm guessing that was Jaws. Oh, here we go again. Okay. That is a 20 gifted memberships from James, which is probably Jaws, as I kind of said before. Congratulations, by the way. If you've got a gifted membership, make sure to thank Jaws. That is another 20 gifted memberships from Jaws. That is now 155 total from him. Now, real quick, I'm going to take a break, and I'll be back in a second. We'll make the announcement then. Stay tuned. You're back. 1 minute. 1 minute. Stay tuned. While I take a quick 30 to 45 second break, I'd like to remind you to hit that like button down below. It really helps our page out a lot. Also, if you have not already, make sure to hit that red subscribe button down below. It'll give you our latest forecasts and live streams here on our YouTube channel. Also, make sure to hit that little bell icon to the right and click all so you get notified on when those live streams and videos come out. And if you'd like to support our page above and beyond, click the first link in the description. It'll redirect you to a membership page. For as little as $2.99 per month, you can become a member on our YouTube channel, which includes exclusive forecasts, and as well as a chat badge in both the live streams and comment section, and some emojis to go along with it, which you can use in live streams and as well as in our comment section. I'll also give you a shout out here on stream. We'll be back in about 15 to 20 seconds. All right, we're back. All right. So, Roger with the $50 super chat. What is going on? Now, Roger comes in with the $50 super chat as well. I appreciate that, Roger. Thank you very much. Again, thank you for the 20 gifted, again, from Jaws. So, yeah, it's basically, it's not done yet, but I'm going to go and show it anyways. This is, let me make sure we have no new warnings real quick. We'll do it real quick because obviously we do have some severe weather ongoing. Do a little sneak peek to what the announcement is. Some merchandise coming soon. You can buy right now if you wanted to. It's at maxvelocity.bigcartel.com. But as of right now, there's only a few things. I'm not even halfway done with the items that are supposed to be on here. They're not complete. But we now have merchandise. It's been a highly demanded thing here on the channel for some reason, and I never really thought I would offer it. One thing to note, though, with what I'm doing with merchandise, I'm not going to sell anything in terms of, at least right now, in terms of t-shirts and stuff like that. I'm going to keep it to, like, smaller items and stuff like that, stuff that you wouldn't be able to get in certain merchandise stores and stuff like that. So that's our new announcement. It's actually a pretty big announcement. A lot of you guys have been kind of requesting it and stuff like that, so that is what's coming. It's not done yet, so I'm not going to advertise it a whole lot. But that is basically, and that's what, again, it'll probably be done by Sunday or Monday. And I will be putting some bundles together as well. So if you're trying to buy, you know, a whole collection, the first collection that I'm calling, it's gonna be called a collection, is gonna be called the OG collection. And it'll only be available probably for a month or two. And what you're gonna be able to do is basically you can buy the entire collection for a certain price that's gonna be cheaper than, you know, buying it all separately. So again, that'll be coming soon. More information on the Discord server and on Twitter and stuff like that over the next couple of days. Again, don't buy anything yet. Just stay tuned. Not everything's finalized, but that's what's coming. Thank you, Roger, for becoming a VIP chaser too. What is happening? We now have 4 VIP chasers. Thank you very much, Roger. I appreciate your support. Now a VIP chaser. And again, Jaws, I really do appreciate you with the another 20 gifted memberships. Again, let's get some claps in the chat for both Roger with becoming not just a VIP chaser, but also the $50 super chat, and also Jaws, total of 155 gifted memberships now on our YouTube channel. So, it's crazy. Yeah, again, things to come. Just stay tuned. It's not done yet. Hope you're doing well, by the way, Roger. I've seen you in other streams before. Hope you're doing well. Appreciate you again with the super chat and whatnot. Thank you. And y'all are going crazy tonight again. It's not nearly as crazy as last night, but whew. Actually, I think we can get a new emoji, by the way. I don't know what our next emoji will be. Anybody got any ideas? Yes, we have officially broke 300 members. It's crazy. All right, let's get back to some of the severe weather that we have ongoing as of right now, bearing any other distractions. As of right now, this storm actually has probably the largest hail core. It is not warned for anything beyond quarter size, but I'm thinking that this is probably larger than quarters. It very well may be a little bit larger than that. Moving off to the north. Again, that's north of Highway 12, moving toward Highway 281. And as well as Westport. Again, that's producing hail potentially around ping pong ball sized hail. I do think that hail is probably a little bit larger, but as of right now, it is warned for around quarter sized hail. But again, I'd be prepared for a little bit larger hail if you're there west of 281 or north of Highway 12 as of right now. Definitely some large hail currently on the way. Popcorn tornado. What in the world kind of idea is that? Welcome back, Rice. Thank you, Zekka, by the way, for subscribing. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm pretty excited for the whole merchandise thing. I know a lot of you guys probably won't buy any of it, and I'm fine with that. I mean, it's kind of just a little small thing. I know a lot of people have been asking, so that's the only reason why I'm doing it, but... Hey, Jaws, I completely understand. No problem at all. Roger with the $200 super chat. What? Is Roger another Jaws? What is happening? What is happening? Let's get some tennis ball emojis and claps in the chat for Roger with now dropping a $200 super chat. Hey, Roger, I really appreciate your support too. Thank you very much. Man, what is happening? Goodness gracious. Holy moly. Another, I don't know how to, I don't know what to say anymore. I don't even know what to say anymore. Again, Roger, I appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate your support. Appreciate you becoming a VIP chaser. The $250 total in VIP or in super chats. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Helps the page out a lot, and I really do appreciate it. All right. Trying to not get too distracted again, but let's try to get to the hail radar real quick on this storm and see what the hail is being estimated at right now. And yeah, this storm's probably producing some large hail. It says actually up to tennis ball size. Now, again, we've had a few warnings for tennis ball sized hail. We've yet to actually have a storm, though, report tennis ball sized hail, but that's definitely something to keep in mind there. On this cell as of right now. Again, that's moving off to the northeast. It will be going toward Westport over the next several minutes, but yeah, definitely a storm to watch. Going toward Highway 281 as well. As of right now, we do have 4 severe thunderstorm warnings, so we are down now to 4. And the hail core on the latest scan did shrink a little bit, so we're probably still talking ping pong ball sized hail, I'd say right now. That will probably shrink a little bit as it moves off to the northeast toward Highway 281, but let's see what happens over the next several minutes. Hey, Caden, how you doing? We're currently in South Dakota and as well as Minnesota. We are starting to see more storm development as well back out here to the north, so that's what's happening as of right now. Hey, Roger, if you're on Discord, by the way, join our Discord server. It's linked down in the description below. I'll give you a special role, too. You've been very supportive of our page, too, so you and Jaws have gone insane. The support. Do appreciate it. Anything for Louisiana? Nothing for you, Monty. Nothing at all, in terms of at least severe weather. Area, this is currently in South Dakota, Minnesota, North Dakota, those areas tonight. Let's go over to the infrared imagery again. This is kind of what I've shown this a few times. Actually, we have a wind damage report from a National Weather Service employee at Aberdeen of a large tree branch down. So that's a new update that we have there. This is a look at the, let me take off the radar here. This is the infrared imagery though over the last few hours. Again, this is just the storms blowing up in motion. Yeah, it's kind of cool to watch. We'll put it on here for a few seconds, but Josh, it's insane. It's insane. You know, crazy. Now, I've been doing live streaming for at least 3 months now. We've had a lot more viewers than this in past times and stuff like that. There's never been a time where we've ever had even more than 5 gifted members in a stream, and never more than, you know, maybe an occasional, you know, super chat of like $20 or something like that. So it's kind of out of the blue that these things have all of a sudden just happened in the past 2 days. It's so weird. I've never heard of that person, Sarah. Never heard of him. I think I should actually record this. Record what? The infrared? I could post this on the second channel. It's pretty cool. Second channel, I'm going to be starting to put a little bit more video content up. I have some videos that's put up on there. Somebody was asking about the infrared imagery and what everything means on here. This white that you're seeing at the very tail end, embedded in this red, is the extremely high cloud tops. That's the coldest temperatures in the atmosphere. Obviously, -°C there, up near Aberdeen right now. So they are very high cloud tops. Those are very well supportive of not just potentially some hail, but also maybe also a lot of frequent lightning. And really, any of these storms are capable of that as well. So that's what we're looking at as of right now. Obviously, very cool, though. Love looking at this. Thank you, Baldy, for the $10 super chat as well. Hey, I appreciate that, Baldy. Hope you're doing well. Very much. Appreciate your support. Appreciate you being a member as well. Thank you very much. Anything for New York City? Nothing really within the short term now. Nothing severe, at least, is expected for you. Yeah, it's really cool watching this. Here's a look at the United States, by the way. I kind of said this is your dry sector. This is kind of where we're looking at really nothing in terms of rain. This is all the air sinking back down. That means we're really not going to see any cloud development. That's where your stationary boundary is right here. And then you can see over here, here's all your rising air. That is all the storm activity that we currently have ongoing across areas like Virginia and whatnot. Obviously not very organized, but that's what we have going as of right now in these areas. We actually had a fallen cloud reported north of Tampa earlier too. Thank you, Austin, for becoming a VIP Chaser too. What is happening tonight? We've gained 3 VIP Chasers tonight. What is happening? I don't even have words anymore. Thank you very much, Austin, for becoming a VIP Chaser member as well. Let's get more claps and tennis balls in the chat as well for all three of the new VIP Chasers. Again, Roger, Crystal, and Austin tonight. Holy moly. I don't even know what's going on anymore. Thank you very much, Austin. I appreciate that as well. By the way, new update on this warning. It is currently for golf ball sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. I'm not really seeing a hail threat anymore, but definitely can't rule out maybe some isolated hail in here. That's going toward Lake City, Veblen as well. Eden are on the track of this. That's going to be going towards 10 and 25. Back up near Aberdeen as of right now. A lot of heavy rain here. Not seeing a whole lot of a hail threat anymore. That storm that looked like it had some large hail there near Highway 12. Not nearly as pronounced as before. But I might have a little bit of hail up to quarter still. And also near Aberdeen, maybe a little bit of quarter-sized hail. Again, a large tree branch was down in Aberdeen from a recent storm damage report only about 10 minutes ago. So we're definitely seeing some damage out of these storms as well. James with the 20 gifted memberships. What is happening again, man? We can't have this happen again tonight, can we? I thought you were done. Holy moly. I mean, again, Jaws now with a total of 175 gifted memberships. I don't have words anymore. I really don't. Is Mr. Beast here? I'm honestly beginning to think this is somebody else than just Jaws. Oh my goodness. Thank you very much, Jaws. Again, that is now 175 gifted memberships in just the past, like, 24 hours, basically. Appreciate that a lot. Thank you very much. Thanks, Bethany. I appreciate it. Man, it's just so incredible. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you very much. Again, if you've gotten gifted a member, make sure to thank Jaws in the chat. Again, he's the one gifting all these memberships. I really do appreciate it. It's a big support to the page and whatnot. Make sure to thank him. And again, if you have become a member, join our Discord server. I'll post the link from Nightbot will post the link in the chat. Make sure to join that Discord server. Link your YouTube account to Discord. If you don't know how to do that, you can join our Discord server. We'll explain it to you. But make sure to go do that. Link your Discord account. You'll get more benefits on there with your Tornado Chaser thing. And as well, make sure to watch our bloopers video, by the way. All members get access to our bloopers video that we have out right now. We'll have another one coming out pretty soon, by the way. So. And that means anybody that's been gifted a membership can also watch that video, by the way, so. Holy moly. I appreciate everybody's support. Again, that, especially Jaws has been going crazy. Again, Roger, appreciate your very generous support as well. Again, Austin, thank you for becoming a VIP Chaser, along with Crystal and Roger. Thank you, Baldy, again, for the $10 super chat. Man, you guys are going crazy. We do have a new brand new severe thunderstorm warning that has been issued, by the way, for 60-mile-per-hour damaging winds and quarter-sized hail. We do have a recent wind gust, by the way, of 60 at the Richmond Lake Recreational Area in Brown County, South Dakota. That is the western portion of the county. We do have a new radar or wind gust report of 61 at the Aberdeen Regional Airport. That's where the radar site is. So that's a new report as well. So we are seeing some 61-mile-per-hour winds as well along with that. Again, this is currently moving off to the northeast at about 35 to 40 miles per hour. Definitely some high damaging winds. Hail threat seems to be a little bit lower, but definitely can't rule out some quarter-sized hail right now. We could very well see the hail threat increase a little bit more, though, again. Hey, Zink, how you doing? So the way that you get gifted memberships, for those that are new to YouTube, how it works, it's not just it's not random. It's whoever is watching the live streams more often, and whoever is chatting more often, those people are more likely to get the gifted membership. So kind of just, it's still random, but you're more likely to get it the more active you are. So the people that watch the streams more will get a better chance at it. Squidward, that's not even possible. Imagine though. Imagine if you could do that. VIP Chasers gifting 100 of those. That'd be a little insane. I think the most you can gift right now is 50 anyways. The notifications are still coming at the bottom left. Jeez. Memberships have some pretty good perks. Again, if you just became a member, you're a Tornado Chaser member. That means you get both the Storm Chaser member perks and the Tornado Chaser perks. Again, gives you access to the bloopers and stuff like that. Again, we'll have another episode coming out here pretty soon. Thanks, Don. I appreciate it. Thanks, Douglas. Appreciate it, too. When will Dallas see rain and severe weather again? There will be a potential for some isolated severe weather this week. Here's my forecast for North Texas. Again, you can check it out on my Facebook page, too, but mid-90s are possible later this week, and also maybe the potential for a little bit of rain. 25% chance of storms on Wednesday in North Texas. A little bit of rain might be coming your way soon. We'll see. Yeah, Squidward, it kind of happens. I mean, I just don't have any way to, like, even... I don't even know. It's just crazy. We have a brand new warning up in Minnesota at Red Lake of 60-mile-per-hour winds and quarter-sized hail. This is a brand new warning. Hopefully we don't get distracted again, but you never know what happens. But a brand new warning up here for 60-mile-per-hour damaging winds and quarter-sized hail. That does include Red Lake and Red By. So, again, brand new warning here that's moving off to the east-northeast. Back over down here to the southwest, we have an update on this warning. This is also a new warning that's been issued recently. This is for Wabun. For $half sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. That is southeast of Twin Valley as of right now. So again, a brand new warning here as well. This again moving off to the northeast. We do actually currently have 8 severe thunderstorm warnings. It's not 4, it's 8. But that's again moving off to the northeast. We have recent reports of quarter-sized hail with that storm as well. So we're definitely looking at some hail with that storm right now. Go back down here to the other radar site. Again, we actually have a perfect radar view on the storms down here in South Dakota as of right now. Very good view. Obviously, hopefully the radar site hasn't been damaged or anything, but high damaging winds. Again, 61 miles per hour was reported at the Aberdeen radar site. Yes, Jaws went crazy again. Thank you, Comp, Pete, excuse me, as well as Amazing, and Jim for subscribing. I appreciate it, guys. Welcome. Appreciate it. We are only 35 subscribers, actually, from 15,500. We might be able to hit it tonight. Still going? I think it's done. I think Jaws has stopped finally, but man, he's gone crazy. I mean, literally, I don't know where he came from. I don't know how long Jaws has been here for. But it hasn't. I don't know how long it's been, but yeah, Jaws and Roger showdown. Nah. Roger, I don't know if he's still here, but he's very nice. I mean, he's come by a couple of times. He doesn't ever really talk much, but I really do appreciate his very generous support as well. He's been here before. He's I think he's at least done a couple big super chats too in the past. So, does there be a new emoji? Yeah, I can make. I think I got 1 or 2 new slots. Let me see how many more members we need for another one, because I think we have 2 new ones if I'm not mistaken. But I'll take a look. Yeah, refresh my page. Let's see. Yeah, so I got at least 1 new one. I need 27 more members for another one, so we still need a lot of members to even get another one. You have a tornado with thunderstorm or no warnings on the convection outlook. What do you mean by that, Maurice? Do you mean like have a tornado without it saying any chance of tornadoes on like the Storm Prediction Center's outlook? Is that what you're talking about? Because yes, you can. We've already had a tornado today over in near the Denver International Airport. It's just usually when it's under 2% and within a 25-mile radius, they won't put it on there. We very well could have seen, you know, a potential for an isolated tornado. We still could potentially see like something brief in terms of a spin up with these storms. It's all outflow driven at this point, so it's much harder for that to happen, but it's a possibility. So maybe, Jaws, maybe. That might be what, actually, that might be true. We need 27 more, I think. I don't know how it all works after. I mean, I've never been to this many members ever, so I couldn't tell you. But yeah, I mean, Maurice, for example, I don't know if you were here a couple of weeks ago, but I think it was 1 or 2 weeks ago, we had a pretty significant severe weather event in Colorado, eastern Colorado. There was no chance of tornadoes, and we had about 5 or 6 tornadoes at least within an hour. We had a total of 12 tornado reports. Now, how many were actually different tornadoes? We don't know. But, or at least I don't know. I never saw an official number, but there was at least 5 different tornadoes within an hour in Colorado. It was insane. So, yeah, there's a possibility that we can see an isolated tornado or two here and there. So, yeah, that was an insane live stream. I know a lot of you guys remember that one. Sounds good, Joes. Yeah, it probably is somewhere. Somebody that's experienced it. Ro, the announcement was merchandise, but it's not completely done yet, so I'm not releasing the link or anything. A lot of people are interested in it, so it will be out soon. Stay tuned. Bro, it's so insane how many Tornado Chaser members we have on Discord now. We have 33. So funny. No problem, Maurice. Yeah, again, the Storm Prediction Center is just, they make their own forecast, and like any meteorologist or any person in general, any weathercaster, they can make their own forecast. It's just, it kind of comes down to, I mean, today, would I have forecasted a tornado in Colorado today? No, I really wouldn't have. Same thing goes for when we had that Colorado event. Would I have forecasted a tornado event? No, I didn't. I didn't think that would happen. But we saw one tornado warning. I went live for it, and all of a sudden, we had like 4 different tornado warnings at one time. And we also actually had a tornado up in Nebraska at the same time. We had like 3 tornadoes ongoing in Colorado. It was insane. So, yeah, it's kind of just, Storm Prediction Center and whatnot. They're forecasting it. They're usually very accurate, though. So, I always rely on their information in terms of, outlooks and whatnot. I don't make my own outlooks because I trust their stuff enough. For the most part, occasional instances. I used to do my own outlooks for North Texas, but they wouldn't be much different from the Storm Prediction Center. They do a very good job over there. Welcome back, Ethan. I remember once I was in Northeast Ohio and we weren't even expecting rain and we got slapped with the tornado warning. Yeah, that happens too. Same thing. It was kind of the same thing with Colorado. It was just in a very rural area. So that's what we had over that direction. We do have 5 severe thunderstorm warnings, by the way, all 5 now in Minnesota or South Dakota. Those are the states that we're at this point in terms of where the warnings are. Nothing outside of there as of right now. So if you're wondering about severe weather in your state and you're not in one of these 2 states, no severe weather, it looks like, at least for right now for you. There might be some severe weather in North Dakota, but it would primarily be in eastern or southeastern North Dakota. No, North Dakota, excuse me. Okay, I'll look at it, Jaws. Sounds good. We're up to 5 VIP chasers now. That's it's kind of insane too. That's a huge commitment again. Appreciate it. Appreciate everybody's support again. Pretty insane. Would have never thought. Yes, Shell, I do. We've actually had a couple of views tonight of that. The only problem is it's kind of nighttime, so it's hard to see anything now. How many members do we have right now? 323. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, so once we get 350 total, we get another one. Okay, that makes sense. Does 5,000 really talk to us? Thank you, Train, for subscribing. I appreciate it. Aren't DC storms still going? Yes, they are, but they're not really severe. They're just strong. I do plan on chasing at some point in the future, but not yet. But sometime in the future. Thanks, April. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm pretty excited for it. Again, I'm not going to try to, sell anything too expensive or anything. I'm going to try to keep every price reasonable so everybody can afford them, but yeah, that's kind of my plan. Main reason why I didn't want to do merchandise was because it would be too expensive, but try to make it as reasonable as possible. Hey, Joe, how you doing? Welcome. I storm chase with you? Nah, if I ever do a storm chase, it'd probably be solo. Even I probably wouldn't even do it with any of the bigger guys, honestly. Right now, at least. See what happens, though. All right, let's get back to the severe weather for right now. I haven't really talked about much, but here's what we have ongoing as of right now. Again, currently in South Dakota. Near Westport, Columbia, and Claremont, there's still a severe thunderstorm warning ongoing for 60-mile-per-hour winds, as well as quarter-sized hail. And this is currently moving off to the northeast. We still have a severe thunderstorm warning for 70-mile-per-hour winds. This is likely going to be expired or, canceled at some point pretty shortly. We do have another warning back out here in the northeast. This warning is for Lake City, Eden, as well as Veblen. This one was originally for golf ball sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. I'm not seeing nearly as much of that though anymore. I'm seeing more of maybe just 60-mile-per-hour winds with this cell, if that. I don't even think we have much damaging winds anymore. But that's moving off to the northeast as of right now. Again, we'll likely see more storm activity in this area over the next couple of hours, anywhere from Fargo, in between Fargo, all the way into South Dakota. We do have a brand new severe thunderstorm warning actually up here in Minnesota. Let's hop over to that. This is currently for those near Highway 2 and south of Fosston. This is for 60-mile-per-hour winds and as well as half-dollar-sized hail. That is also moving off to the northeast. And one last one up near Red Lake. This one's also producing 60-mile-per-hour winds and quarter-sized hail near Redby as well, and Ponma as well, all on the track of that storm as of right now. Yeah, you can just say state in chat if you're wondering what state we're in, or like the region. It's just Northern Plains right now. All right, let's go back down to this radar site. We have the best radar view on these storms. Looks like, though, the severe weather is actually a little bit lesser than what it was forecast to be. It might increase a little bit more, though, as we go throughout the next hour or two. That's interesting, Alex. Yeah, it's happened before. Any severe weather in Tampa? There was actually a funnel cloud reported north of Tampa earlier. So that, I don't know when that was, but it was at least 2 or 3 hours ago. There was a funnel cloud reported north of Tampa, but no severe weather over there right now. And none's expected tonight either. How rare are tornadoes in the mountainous regions? They're pretty rare. They're not that common. They're definitely more rare than anything, but they do occasionally happen. And especially in Colorado, we see that happen a little bit more often than not. Colorado's pretty active. Thank you, Mary, for subscribing. Appreciate it. Tornado Alley's been so inactive. The year started out really active, especially in Texas. It started out super active, and it kind of fell apart. There was a graph somewhere, but oh yeah, so there was actually a land spout at the airport apparently today. It was basically at the Denver airport. There's literally a land spout right next to the runway. That's interesting. If you guys want to see the picture, by the way, go to our Discord server. Make sure to join it. I'll put the link in chat. Again, click the Nightbot link if you haven't already. But apparently there was actually a land spout on the runway. It's in the photos videos chat. Squidward just posted it. I don't think I could put it on stream. Oops. So yeah, there's literally a land spout right on the runway. Apparently it was on the ground for 7 minutes. So can't wait for merch. It's exciting, I guess. I've been very skeptical about doing it, but a lot of people seem to want it, so. I mean, here's some of the, I'll show you guys some of the designs real quick. Since we have a second, the severe weather is kind of not really a low, but there's not much of it right now. Just kind of looking at it real quick. This is just a couple of the things on here. So this is just like, one of the designs, for like each region. I live in Tornado Alley, a little car flag or whatever. I live in the Midwest. A little interesting one. Storm is brewing. Some kind of basic stuff right now. And also we'll have these, I know a lot of people want like stickers, so I kind of got like a little vinyl sticker. Put on whatever. Have all different sizes too, so just a couple of those things. But again, nothing's done yet. We're still kind of, I don't even think I have half the items yet on there, so still have more stuff to come, but it is, I guess, exciting. It's not done. That's actually what I've been working on, like literally all today for the most part. Hey, Stardust, how you doing? East of Denver is considered the plains, isn't it? Are you talking about like the Great Plains? Is that what you're referring to? I'll take a look real quick. I mean, it's like, I think it's a little bit further east than Denver, but it's like East Colorado, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, East Colorado is like considered, if you're talking about the Great Plains, it goes from like Texas all the way through, obviously, you know, into Canada, but East Colorado, so east of Denver. I'm not sure how far east of Denver it is, but it's a little bit further away from east from Denver. Austin, I have been actually, yes, we're going to be having a keychain of some sorts. So stay tuned. Again, only 50, I don't even know if we have 50% of the items on there yet, but most of the items that are on there, not all of them, but some of them are going to be part of the OG collection. That's only going to be around for about a month or two, but those will be labeled. Again, it's not done yet. I'll announce it on our Discord server once it's done, which will probably be like Sunday or Monday. We're currently in South Dakota as of right now, but for the most part, it's either from South Dakota, Minnesota, or in North Dakota. But North Dakota, nothing yet. Storms are forecasted to develop in this area over the next hour or two. Beyond that, not a whole lot of severe weather is expected anywhere else. We do actually have a brand new severe thunderstorm warning, though, that has been issued down here for 70-mile-per-hour damaging winds in far South Dakota. This is actually potentially moving down to the south. This actually might go into Nebraska, but brand new severe thunderstorm warning here. Moving down to the south and southeast. Actually, possibly some hail here. It's only warned for, it's not really warned for hail, only up to dime size. There might be a little bit of hail there, though, near wood. This warning just got issued, so moving down to the south. We're actually up to 7 severe thunderstorm warnings as of right now. Hey, welcome back in. Swimming sounds fun. You guys like the new text emojis, or are they like kind of too hard to read? Stay safe, Train. Only thing I'm expecting with any storms there is probably going to be maybe some, like maybe some lightning, like thunder and lightning and rain. I wouldn't expect any severe weather over there at this point. I think the severe weather's kind of done at this point. Too hard to read? I think they are a little bit hard to read. But beyond that, I think they're pretty good. I'll have to make them a little bit bigger. I'm sorry, Scorpion. I'm sorry. Oh man, you've been here for so long, you still haven't got one. I don't know why you haven't. You're always here. It's crazy. Yeah, the land spout that happened in Denver, Colorado earlier, or near the airport there, Denver International Airport, it's actually kind of hard to see. It's hard to see because of the skies behind it. It kind of blends in. We do have recent hail reports, by the way, on this storm. That is actually, we do have confirmation of hen egg sized hail. So we didn't reach tennis ball, but we reached hen egg sized hail, and also some ping pong ball sized hail from a Facebook report over in Pierpont, excuse me. So, or Pierpont. I think I've been reading that name wrong this entire time. But that's a new other hail report that we have coming in from over there. And then back down here to the south, we do have obviously some 70-mile-per-hour damaging winds on going down here. Gene, click the little smiley face at the bottom of the chat. You can see the emojis. Is this life-threatening? I wouldn't consider it life-threatening, but obviously hail and damaging winds, if you're in any of these warnings, you should be taking the proper shelter and whatnot away from windows and whatnot, because obviously 70-mile-per-hour damaging winds can knock over trees. I don't know if they really consider this life-threatening. Let me take a look. But in my book, I mean, obviously you should be indoors. As long as you're indoors, away from windows and that sort of thing, I mean, you're good. If you're outside, obviously it could be a bit more life-threatening. We're not really looking at much in terms of a tornado threat tonight. Yeah, as of right now, YouTube only allows you to gift memberships to random people. It's not really, you can't just gift memberships to specific people yet. But is it headache or headache size tail? Why do people keep saying that? I've seen that so many times. I don't think it's really much of a, I don't think it's headache size tail though. Headache size tail is anything above 2.5 inches. My book. Yes, Becca, I cover the entire United States. Yep, cover everywhere. Guys, I think everybody's gotten too used to Jaws gifting memberships. I think he's, for the most part, done. I think he is done for tonight. He hasn't done in a while, so let's not try to force him, but been very generous. Again, if you are a member, by the way, you can actually gift memberships. You just have to be on desktop, but again, no pressure to do it. It's completely optional, but I know some people have been interested in that sort of stuff. Again, it's kind of new to YouTube. It hasn't really been advertised much, so. The moon, by the way, is half full, I think, tonight. Looks pretty cool tonight. Sounds like he's saying headache. When I say headache, does it sound like headache? Is it actually? Man, that's actually horrible if that's what it sounds like. It does? Oh my god. Heneg? What do you mean, Becca? Do a quick forecast for the Des Moines area, or Des Moines area. Paul, the only severe weather or any storms we're really going to see is possibly tomorrow. There is a marginal threat. Beyond that, not a whole lot. So I won't be too concerned beyond tomorrow. I'll have a forecast tomorrow, so stay tuned tomorrow morning. I'll at least likely. It's very likely I'll have a forecast tomorrow, primarily because we may have, again, our first tropical storm or hurricane potentially develop of the season in the Atlantic Ocean, or not the season, I keep saying season, of it August, coming up pretty soon. So stay tuned. Again, I'll have a bit more information on that tomorrow. Take a look at the, as right now, nothing on the National Hurricane Center site yet, but there might be something beyond the day 5 outlook. We'll have to wait and see. Yes, Becca, we do occasionally, yep. Not on every stream. Tonight's stream, not really, but we do occasionally do that, usually with a little bit more of the bigger events. And it's also, it's nighttime, so it's harder to see out there. Yeah, there's a little marginal threat of severe weather. This is the outlook as of right now. Let me go and pull it up on screen. This is tonight. Again, slight risk. Looks like it's just a big little oval, basically. This is tomorrow's event. It shifts down from Wisconsin all the way down into Nebraska. And Des Moines is not included currently. You could very well see maybe a potential for maybe some isolated, severe weather, but I think it's very low. Overall, though, severe weather beyond tomorrow, not much is really expected beyond tomorrow in terms of severe weather. Even tomorrow is pretty low. So, marginal threat. I probably will not be live tomorrow for that event, but there's something notable I will, but I don't think we'll have any tornado threat or anything crazy at least tomorrow. No problem, Becca. No problem at all. I can't buy a membership. I spend too much money on 2K22. That's just fantastic. Really wanted to know that. Angelica, if you have any photos, videos, anything like that, feel free to tweet me on Twitter. You can also message me on Facebook or message me on Instagram, or you can join our Discord server. All those links are in the description below. Have a great night, Roblox. Appreciate you stopping by. We'll see you again soon. See you again soon. Hey, today at least I'm kind of happy. Brad with the VIP Chaser. What is happening? The 6th VIP Chaser now of all time, and now the 4th tonight. Oh my goodness. I mean, I haven't even seen half the names, honestly, in the chat ever that have become VIP Chasers. Thank you very much, Brad, for becoming a VIP Chaser member. I really do appreciate that. now our 6th. Again, that is a huge commitment. For those that might be new here, that is actually our newest tier. We only added like a week or two ago. And it's a $25 a month commitment. It really, again, helps our page out significantly. So I really do appreciate that again for becoming a VIP chaser. Brad, really do appreciate that. Thank you very much. Let's get some claps and tennis ball emojis in the chat for Brad as well. Thanks, Arcan. I appreciate it. It's been crazy. It's been crazy to say the least. Severe thunderstorm watch has been condensed a little bit. No longer includes these 3 counties. Just for reference. Just been condensed a little bit. We're currently in South Dakota. Hey, Scorpion, don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it. Maybe one day you'll get gifted one. You never know. Squidward, the picture that you sent me, I just don't know if I can show it. I don't think Evan's here. He's usually the one that can approve that sort of stuff, but I don't know if I can show it because it was on the TV, so I'm not entirely sure. I don't think I can. The only thing I can do is retweet it on Twitter. I usually have somebody that's here doing that sort of stuff, kind of like approving and not approving certain videos and stuff. Oh, it was a software issue? No, it's not a software issue. Looks like the hail core wood is falling apart. It does. You know, the storm was not warned for hail originally. It's only warned for, you know, dime-sized hail. That's not really, you know, a warning for hail, at least. It's typically core size or greater. That's more of like a special weather statement type hail. But we obviously have the 70-mile-per-hour winds ongoing, and that's what the warning's for. I'm assuming the winds are probably highest, though, here, most likely. Maybe on some sort of outflow boundary, too. But that's what we got going with this storm as of right now. It's a pretty impressive cell. Yeah, moving down to the southeast. Very impressive, to say the least. Is the changing your names on the Discord server not available? It should be available. Are you trying to change your name? I mean, I'll have to fix it. It's not available. I'll let you know, Kaden, soon. I know a lot of people ask me that question. I'll let you know soon. At some point. Not now, though. There's a reason why. Let me go over to this, and let me see. Yeah, you can change nickname. It says you can. Yeah, anybody can change nicknames on Discord. I just looked at it. Welcome back, Caden. Scorpion, we typically have a lot. We actually typically have double to triple the amount that we have right now. Tonight's severe weather event, though, not covering a huge area by any means in terms of population, so it's not nearly as viewed as most live streams, but not a big deal. I don't really care about viewership too much. More about just making sure everybody's staying safe for those that are in these areas. We have a recent wind gust report of 60 over in Hawley, by the way, up in Clay County, Minnesota. Most recent report. Here's a look, by the way, at the infrared imagery. We've shown this a few times. Since the storms are kind of moving, we might have a little bit of a different look at it, but here's a look at the infrared imagery over the last few hours here. Kind of all the storms developing and whatnot for the last couple of hours. Hey, Missy, how you doing? Hey, Max, how you doing? I'm doing pretty well. How about yourself? Hope you're doing well at work and whatnot. Doing well. Been busy. Has been busy, to say the least. South Dakota's seen a lot this year. South Dakota has been pretty active, and I mean, it's typical for the summer and spring, whatnot, like late spring, summertime. This is pretty typical. So what we're seeing right now is obviously kind of on par for what we typically see around this time of the year. But again, for those that are kind of wondering, want a little weather lesson or whatever, Again, this is what we got the storm ongoing as of right now. But back over here, we currently have some storm activity. And you kind of see, it looks like we kind of have a cutoff line here. Why is there no storms really over here? We kind of see these little kind of blimps, but that's about it. It's because all the air over here is, for the most part, sinking. That is behind the stationary front, or otherwise known kind of almost like a cold front. It's been pretty stationary, though. All this is rising air on the right side near Richmond and whatnot. That's going to help for clouds to build and whatnot with rising air parcels and stuff like that. So if we hop over to the water vapor, this is not the water vapor. This is the nope, that's not the water vapor. Here's the water vapor. This is a look at the dry and moist air and humid air and whatnot. So we actually do have a little tail end, looks like, of a little bit of humid air there. That's why a couple of storms developed there in Indiana today. Otherwise, this is just all dry air. You can just see it. It's a huge dry sector, all that orange stuff. And other than that, this is just all air sinking down. It means that we're not going to see storms developing here. But otherwise, this is all rising air. You can just see all that storm activity in that direction. I think there might be a high pressure system maybe over here somewhere, but... And we also got dry air now filling into Florida. You can kind of see it there, some over in California. So, and all the water vapor, by the way, look at the storms in South Dakota and whatnot. Pretty impressive. Pretty impressive what we've seen over this direction, too. A lot of building clouds and whatnot. Cloud tops have really reached peaks over here. I mean, we're talking, any of these whites are representing extremely high cloud tops. There are actually really high cloud tops down here in southern South Dakota, too, now. So, pretty interesting. Infrared imagery is so cool. Totally agree. Looks so cool. Drew, I don't think it'll be upgraded. I don't think it will. But you never know. I mean, if it gets upgraded, it might be for maybe damaging winds. Regardless, I probably will not go live tomorrow unless there's something that's really needs to be noted for tomorrow. Yeah, again, as I said, I probably won't be live tomorrow, but we'll see. If there's something, again, that needs to be, going live for, I will, but I don't think I will. Hey, Blocky, how you doing? Not a whole lot. We're kind of looking at all the infrared imagery and stuff. I love looking at this stuff, but I kind of get distracted a little bit too much with it. I'm pretty sure this is actually, you can kind of see all the storm motion here. It's going actually off this direction. Huge amount of storms developed up here. I mean, it's so impressive. And again, this is your huge dry sector. It's so well pronounced in here. Again, your stationary front, I don't know where it extends through here. I think we can pull it up on here. Here's your frontal boundaries. Actually, the stationary front almost is kind of up here, but it doesn't seem like much is down here right now. Obviously, because it's dry in terms of air sinking and whatnot. This is the ML. This is the isobars. Oh, how good the isobars are in here, but you guys see the low pressure system, I believe, up here. And that's from Canada. That's firing up all those storms up that direction. And once we start to see these isobars, by the way, kind of get closer together, we start to see higher winds. But overall, these are very broad out here. I think it's fairly light and variable over here. Let's actually take a look. I should be right. Probably light and variable over here. Yeah, you can see. So this is kind of a cool thing to match up here with. So you see the isobars, right? They're very thin. It's kind of hard to see. But when you start to see these more spaced apart, that typically means much lighter winds. The winds are extremely lighter over here. And they're very spaced apart, actually, all across the east. When we go back over here, though, to the west, you can see they're a little bit closer together. They get a lot closer together there up here. You can see. Let me take off the infrared. And here's a look at it. So let's pause it here. So you can see the lines. I'm going to kind of draw them out for you because it's kind of hard to see. But here are your lines. Like you can kind of see how the isobars are much closer together. This is where we have higher wind speeds. Once we start to see them much more spaced apart over here, this means we're going to have lighter winds. And they get extremely spaced apart. I mean, we're talking really spaced apart isobars. So we start to see much lesser winds when that sort of thing happens. And obviously, our low pressure system is way back up here to the north. But that's just something else to kind of keep in mind. I don't even know why I'm kind of looking at this stuff, but I find it fascinating, so there you go. Let's go back over to the live radar. Weather lessons. Weather lessons. Back on the live radar here. Pretty big dry sector. Need some more severe weather in Northeast Ohio. Hey, you might get some in the fall. It's usually maybe even late summer, but it probably won't be much. Why has the Northwest Ohio got 3 derechos since 2015? It's not completely. I mean, it's kind of it's very rare, obviously, to see a derecho to begin with. But obviously, having 3 derechos in the span of like 7 years is pretty crazy, especially for one location. But you got to think about it this way. I mean, derechos are pretty elongated events. They only happen a couple times a year. And when they happen, they are typically, at this point, they're more common than not in like the Midwest and kind of like really anywhere in the central and northern plains and whatnot. So when you kind of think about it, I mean, derechos are not overly common in other areas. Like Florida, for example, I don't know if they've ever had a derecho, but I mean, Florida probably wouldn't really ever have any. It's kind of hard for those to kind of happen there. But like derechos are definitely be more common over land than anything. I see an updraft or downdraft on radar. On radar, I don't know if you really can see it on radar. If that's really possible. I mean, you kind of have to see that in person. You can see downburst winds and stuff like that, and rising air and stuff like that, all those sort of things you can kind of determine though by radar. That's what you're kind of talking about. I think it's a little bit different. I saw that, D. I saw that. I saw there's a couple of winter storm warnings. I heard that earlier in chat. I knew there was a winter storm watch up there, but it's crazy to think. Hey James, how you doing? There's been a lot of severe weather so far. For the most part, winds have peaked at 75. We've had hail as large as hen eggs, but we've yet to see, and we probably won't see any, but we've yet to see any sort of hail at the tennis ball size level. So we haven't seen that yet. But overall, most of it's been so far just, your typical hen egg sized hail up to 75-mile-per-hour winds. We actually did have a confirmed land spout though over in Colorado. So that was from earlier. We did have a confirmed land spout in Denver. That was actually at the airport. It was literally right next to the airport. It happened literally near the runways. It was on the ground for about 7 minutes. That's what we saw. Yeah, add a head egg emoji. I might do that. We'll see. Debbie, it's kind of funny. I didn't realize until recently that my water bottle actually makes noise on stream. I didn't think it picked it up that well, and it does. So you learn something new every day. Praying for a very bad winter season. Hey, we'll see. You never know. It might be bad. We'll see. It's we had a few bad winter seasons. I don't think this one will be I think this one will be probably pretty close to average. We actually recently at Parmalee had a 72-mile-per-hour wind gust, by the way. That was our most recent wind gust report over near Mission and Parmalee. Yes, Squidward, yes, I do. ASMR water bottle. How do I make the golf ball? The golf ball? Yeah, we're gonna have a golf ball emoji. I've actually been considering, hey, I'm kind of considering, does anybody play golf? Because one of the things I was considering about doing on my merchandise store or whatever was having like a little, a couple of golf balls that would have the max velocity thing on it. But for those that are just tuning in, by the way, our big announcement earlier was our new merchandise store. It's coming pretty soon. It's not completely done yet, but I think it'd be kind of an interesting idea. Caden, I wish I could tell you the answer to that. I have no clue. I'm not gonna lie to you. I know a lot about severe weather. I know a lot about hurricanes. Winter weather is not something I struggle in. It's just I haven't really forecasted it that much in the last 3 years, anywhere besides Texas, because Texas is really the only state I ever covered. So it's more difficult for me to really give you a good estimate on that. But I'll learn a lot more once we get closer to winter season and whatnot, kind of how everything works. I know everything works already to begin with, but it's more of just kind of, I haven't done national weather until just recently. So, I mean, it's kind of just something to kind of think about. But I have no clue. I don't know how Iowa's averages are and whatnot. So I'll learn more about that though once we get closer. Max velocity golf balls and tennis balls. Yeah, tennis balls. Oh, Lord. We're going crazy with the tennis balls. Actually, tennis balls wouldn't be a bad idea. I might buy one just to have it on stream. That's a max velocity thing on it. This storm's actually back up to quarter-sized hail, so it has actually been upgraded on hailstones a little bit. And I have another warning over near Kresbard, by the way, of 60-mile-per-hour winds and ping pong ball-sized hail. This is also a new warning. So that just got issued. Actually, that got issued 17 minutes ago. I didn't see it until now. And that's what we got, guys, right now. We got 5 total warnings. This is obviously the worst one. Hey, sounds good, Tommy. Yeah, I'll look into it. Hey, VIP, how you doing? Shoot your merch through a tennis ball launcher. Oh, Lord. All right. Go over to this. Alrighty. That's gonna do it for the stream. I was gonna make it a little bit longer, but I'm gonna end it here so nobody else goes crazy. I hopefully Jaws doesn't do anything more beyond that. But I do appreciate everybody tuning in. Again, I appreciate everybody's support over the last couple of days. It's been insane. Again, Jaws leading the pack in every realm of supporting at this point. But I appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. It really does mean the world to me. Again, I probably won't be live tomorrow. Again, more merchandise announcements coming out either tomorrow or on Sunday. And Jaws says he's not going to do anything for the next 10 days. You said that earlier, and then you gifted another 20. So I don't know if I trust you. But I appreciate everybody tuning in, as always. Really do. Again, I appreciate the support from Jaws. Roger, if you're still here, really do appreciate your support from earlier as well. And really, anybody that supported me in general, I really do appreciate it. All the VIP members, by the way, we got 4 new ones today. Starting with Brad, as well as Crystal, Austin, and there's one more. I have so many notifications here. I don't know if I'll be able to find it. But I appreciate everybody being a VIP chaser. We now have 6. It's insane to think. I never thought I would actually get that rank. But I appreciate everybody tuning in. Again, merchandise announcements going to be on our Discord server. I'm going to link it in chat again. Make sure to go check it out. Nightbot link. If you have not joined our Discord, join it. It's free to do. And it's our off community area. You can, again, message me on there and stuff if you want to talk to me. And you can also go in the description below if you miss it. It's going to be down in the description below. Alrighty, have a great rest of your night, guys. I appreciate you all tuning in, and we will see you again soon. Have a great night.